Okay, looks like I'm back up. Let me off a day early. Pretty sure it was last Wednesday that this happened. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's finish the stream on both for now.
Clear card, everyone. 5831, copy on us, Fred. Go ahead. So we're on over to 1600 Empire Road. It'll be lot 89.
So apparently inDOCtriNATION is working as well now. So I'm streaming to both.
In reference to Christopher Clement stating that he was going to blow up a PNC bank.
Ooh, guy just said he's going to blow up a PNC bank. Hey, there's my stream element spot running on inDOCtriNATION. Sweet. Looks like we're working. All right, let's get back to work here. All right, let me print out this stuff that just came in.
Can you check with MCA and see where limit was? Stand by.
What? Why is there so few hours? It's 100 less hours. Let's get you guys some lunch. I'm gonna have something going on in the background here. I think
Central 1493 security. Central 5843. The patient was transferred to St. Vincent. Stand by. Give them a call back.
Anything that we were not expecting. We were waiting for this day to come. In fact, yesterday we were doing the calculations, wondering when is this thing going to drop. We know that Fannie, the biggest Fannie in Georgia, wants to bring her case soon. And so who's going to go first? And lo and behold, we wake up and we get an announcement. We're going to get into this hard today on the show. So I just want to touch on it briefly this morning, because I've got another announcement about the new website and the newsletter. I'd love to share that with you as well and poke around and do the usual fare, but we can't miss this. I mean, this is going to be everything. So we're going to have a ton of reaction today. My plan is to hear from really the DOJ, the press briefing from Karine, if there is one. We'll see. A bunch of congressmen are already commenting on this. Marjorie Taylor Greene is commenting on this, and others. So it's going to be a full day of this, and I'm going to spend most of the day just gobbling it together and then assembling it and sort of timelining this thing out. I don't think that we're going to see an indictment this week because they're giving him time to respond to the target letter. So probably first thing Monday, we'll see an indictment. Anyways, we'll assemble it all. But this is the announcement from Trump. He says, wow, on Sunday night, while I was with my family, having just arrived from Turning Point event in Florida, where I won the straw poll against other Republican candidates, 85% of the poll, all polls showing me leading the Republican primary by very substantial numbers, almost everyone predicting I'll be the nominee. I got horrifying news given to me by my attorneys. He says deranged Jack Smith, the prosecutor with Biden's DOJ, sent a letter again on a Sunday night stating I am a target of the January 6th grand jury investigation, giving me a very short 4 days to report to the grand jury, which almost always means an arrest and an indictment. And I believe they're giving him 4 days to report if he wants to. I don't think he's going to show up and testify. Basically, they notify you that this is pending. And so they say, if you want any evidence to go and contest what we're doing, you have an opportunity, you have a window to appear to do that. But I don't think that he's going to do that. He's just going to not testify because that is his right. So I think basically they're giving him this window. He's not going to do anything, and then his attorneys will advise him to remain silent. Then we'll wake up and he'll be actually indicted. And it's just a formal
Central 5027.
notification so that he has the opportunity, should he want to appear, he could do that, but I do not expect him to do that. So now Joe Biden's Attorney General Merrick Garland, who I turned down for the United States Supreme Court, in retrospect, a very wise decision. No kidding. Gosh, thank you for that. Together with Joe Biden's DOJ, have effectively issued a third indictment and arrest of Joe Biden's number one political opponent, who is largely dominating him in the race for the presidency. Nothing like this has ever happened in our country before, or even close. They illegally spied on my campaign, attacked me with a totally fake dossier, and so on. They failed and failed and failed. And so that's not actually the full statement. That one came over from Byron Donalds. Let's see. Here it is. Yeah, 51 intelligence agents and so on. This is a witch hunt, very dark day for our nation. So, yeah, not a surprise. I mean, it's still surprising that this is happening, but not a surprise. We were expecting 4 indictments, and this is 3. I still expect 4. And maybe a superseding indictment, which is kind of like 4.5. Maybe a Bedminster, New Jersey indictment at some point. I don't know. But it's here, and there will be a lot to unpack, especially when we get to the nature of the charges and the release conditions. Once he actually does get indicted, are they going to ask him to be held in custody or gagged or surrender his passport or something like that? And we were playing the clips yesterday of Jocelyn Benson and the other woman on CNN, and them saying, even Raskin, Jamie Raskin on yesterday's show, saying another coup is going to be coming. This man is going to do it again. And they're going to use that in their arguments, saying he's running for president again. He's going to do it again. Judge, stop him from insurrecting again. So it's going to get hot, man. And if some judge, some DC judge decides to keep him in custody, I mean, or even slightly limit him in some way that feels unjust, it's going to cause a reaction, and maybe that's what they want. Who knows? So, all right, let's see what you guys say about this. Then I want to share with you the update on the newsletter, see if you would like to be the first ones through the gate on that. And then I've got a couple of other stories here about Fauci being referred over for criminal charges for this new email that popped out. Want to run through that quickly. And then we also I got a question about Michelle. Is she running for president? Actually, I think Bonnie tagged me on something related to this. And there's weird stuff going on with Michelle Obama. Like, they have a new Twitter account that they just launched March in 2023, and it's just a couple followers. It looks kind of weird stuff going on. So anyways, a couple of those clips, a couple of those things to attend to, and then share with you the newsletter, website stuff, and we'll poke around and see what the president is up to. But it's a lovely Tuesday, and we know it's Tanya, without fail. Thank you, Tanya. It's Taco Tuesday. Yeah, and this is taco fajita pizza, bacon. Where did that go? Bacon and greens day. Very appropriate, Tanya. Thank you very much. And of course, we all got to have our greens. If we're going to have our tacos, fajitas, pizza, and bacon. And I don't know, is Vianticus in the house? He'd appreciate the bacon plug. If we miss that, it's, I don't think it counts if we miss it. So thank you very much, Tanya. And every Tuesday, thank you for doing that and reminding us. And I actually have a taco, themed thing coming up. Somebody reached out to me. It's actually sitting in my PO box. I actually have to go pick it up. It's taco themed. So we're gonna. I have a taco theme. We might do a taco giveaway or something like that. A taco. I'm not going to send you tacos, but it's a taco device. We'll do a taco device giveaway. Somebody sent me a free thing. Like, I want to send you this thing. And I said, sure. It's taco related. Send it over. So anyways, thank you very much, Tanya, for it. And I might actually go pick that up today. I owe that guy an email back. All right. So Odessius here also says, how about the Chinese getting all of our iPhone pictures? Is that true? Did that happen? I didn't hear about that. I mean, it doesn't surprise me for a minute. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if you've ever used TikTok, certainly, I think they have access to your whole phone at that point. So whatever's on your phone. Just Cause says, not true. I work for Apple. There you go. Well, straight from the source, straight from Apple. Can you put Field of Greens on your tacos? You can put Field of Greens on whatever you want. It's versatile. One of nature's most perfect foods and blends. We've got Timothy Teeters here. Says, good afternoon from beautiful Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Folks, going to be busy here today and tonight. Yeah, it is going to be a jammed day. It's going to be a lot of Trump analysis. Bonnie says, mix it with taco meat. Actually, that's somebody probably could actually incorporate it. Yeah. Hey, driving through Texas to Arizona right now. Awesome. Well, be safe out there. It's hot. Bring some extra water. Another reason not to have an iPhone. Who doesn't like free stuff? Exactly. Political Mom says, it is so upsetting. It is upsetting. How can they do this? He's legally allowed to contest the election. He didn't even make the fight comment until the Capitol thing had already started. They're going to make it bigger than just January 6th. They're going to make it about the alternative slate of electors. It's going to be much bigger than just that one day, which is why I think they might say he's going to do it again and that he needs to be held in custody. Bonnie's talking about Trump or playing hooky. He says, grandiose, got him where he is today. Successful financially, popular with his thoughts and convictions. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what he does with the grand jury. Just Cause says, I think this is their meta. They're going after the competitors they can't beat. Brandon. I think this is just the start, guys. I think you're right about that, Jess. Zulu's thinks it's hilarious, which is one way to go. Voice says the alternative slate of electors is allowed and has been used before. Certainly, we're not. We really can't argue the law in a justice system, in this current justice system, because the law would be followed in a legitimate justice system, and this is not a legitimate justice system. So it's like, yeah, they don't really care. They're just doing what they want. They're not operating on the pretext of the law. They're operating on just raw power at this point. That's why we got four different indictments coming.
Really? Okay, we got some stuff to watch.
And a lot of it is for very similar conduct, saying, hey, we challenged the election. A bunch of stuff that Democrats have done. Jamie Raskin challenged it. Ranger Southie says, how many state Supreme Courts ruled the rules of 2020 election broke the law and state constitution? I don't know. The answer on that, I don't know. There was a lot of, so that's a complicated question. So there were hundreds of lawsuits, and there were different challenges for different reasons. But there were you have to pair the findings with the consequences and whether it's enough to do anything about it. And remember, we had a ton of cases dismissed on standing and other bases. So if you're asking, did a state Supreme Court find that an election was invalid? I think the answer to that is like zero. Did any state Supreme Court reverse the election? None.
Hello.
But but I'm not sure that's exactly what you're asking. There's like shades of gray about all of this. Latches, yeah. Kate Bean says, and
It won't let you do that. No, just actually, just to be safe, just create.
Yeah, there was a bunch of different justifications for it, but there's
yeah. Well, no,
different ways to slice it.
I'm sorry. Let's just to keep it consistent. That way, I want to make sure that we do turn it off.
All right, so let's poke around.
Get it set up, but yeah, do legends.
Yeah, let's poke around and see what else is going on. So we've got. So I mean, we know this is going to be the big story of the day. So we also have the president. What is he doing? Okay, Karine is going to be talking, which is good. That means she's going to get a bunch of questions on this.
So it should ask you for a code.
So she's just going to push all of that. I defer to the DOJ. Going to get a ton of that. And I'm not sure that the media is going to be allowing that so much. I'm sure this is the main headline all across the world right now. Let's see what CNN says.
474.
There it is. Trump says he is a probe target, which almost always means an arrest, obviously. I mean, this is the big one. Like they've been pumping their base up about this for years now.
Restore from desktop.
Yeah.
Wanted to see if there was anything about
Can I do that?
whether he's going to go to the grand jury proceeding or not. So it's all it's all breaking.
Yeah, it's saying welcome
I'm sure
back,
there'll be more
legends.
leaks. Let's see if the Washington.
Oh, no.
Post has any leaks.
Do it as new.
A few more options.
Ooh, we're going to have some reaction on this.
Yep.
DeSantis says Trump should have come out more forcefully.
And then once it's done, it'll try and
On
pull
January
some updates.
6th?
Once you look
That's
at a regular
interesting.
window screen, let me see a regular window screen.
We'll dig that clip out.
Okay. It wants me to create a pin. Do you have one in particular?
But he thought
used the
Trump
zip
did not
code
act
there.
with criminal intent
Oh, yeah, I remember.
on the day of the insurrection. Well, that's curious. What about on days outside of the insurrection? He should have come out more forcefully, but to criminalize it is a different issue. Wow.
Okay.
So we're going to see some wedge issues
Tailored experiences.
poking up.
Do you accept?
Bonnie
just-
says she
yeah,
posted up
yeah,
a New York
I just
Times
skip
story
all
over
the
on the forum.
crap that they're going to offer you a version of Outlook and everything in Office.
Let's see.
Sure. Just skip all past it. Got it.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can grab it. Bonnie posted this one. New York Times. Trump says he's a target in special counsel's case. Letter was the second one that he received. Trump was previously charged, Florida, 37.
Free trial of Microsoft 365.
Decline.
Here's what we know. Trump disclosed the existence of the letter on Tuesday. Target letter is the official piece of correspondence. Smith was appointed to investigate him. 2 grand juries have been moving forward. His son, Jared Kushner, testified. Giuliani also testified. Prosecutors asking witnesses about former president's state of mind, efforts to fundraise, and other things. And the fake electors. It's going to be an interesting day. A lot of the primary people are going to capitalize on this. This is the big one, you know, the insurrectionist one. So we'll see how they play it. Should be fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I set you on the charger and I
Let's
bumped
see.
That's okay. It's doing that.
Playing hooky says DeSantis is a Karl Rove rhino.
Right.
Woodchip says Trump tore them up in his TPAC speech.
Crack into the screen.
Yeah, we'll see what they all say.
Yep.
Grifty's getting a tooth pulled. Oh no. All right. Well, hopefully it's quick and easy. As painless as you can make those things. Can't wait to never vote for anyone who tries to capitalize on this. Yeah, it's just,
Okay, main screen. Here we are.
Okay.
it's amazing
Now on the bottom,
how many chances the Justice
right, you
Department
should
gets.
see the little
It's
cloud
like, well,
there.
they're corrupt
the
here,
OneDrive
they're
cloud.
corrupt here, they're corrupt here, they're corrupt here, they're corrupt here. But then the candidates come out, well, you know,
Little icon there.
maybe this time. All right, so let's hit what else is out there. Committee schedule
Yeah, right
from
click on
Congress.
it.
What are they up to today? It's Tuesday,
You should
so
see
they're back in
settings.
session. We've
Click on
got
that.
armed services. Tomorrow's the big day,
click
and
on
honestly, I
account.
thought this timing was nice.
Unlink,
Like, I'm
unlink
glad
this
Trump
PC.
announced it today and not tomorrow.
Disappeared on.
I would have been very irritated if he announced it tomorrow,
Okay, right click. Here we go.
because tomorrow is the whistleblower hearing on the Biden crime family. So we'll let the news, you know, burn through this today,
Okay, unlink account. Yeah.
and then hopefully
Now,
it's
you
whistleblower
might as well
stuff
do it
tomorrow.
while you're in it already. Click
But
add
it's
account.
not, you know, it's a little too close for comfort. Like Trump, I wish he would have told us on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
So that we
well,
can
you want to have her log
put-
back
burn
into
through
the
that cycle
OneDrive
a little
with her
bit.
email.
Before the whistleblower drops, because the whistleblower is going to drop tomorrow, and all the
Okay.
news is going to talk about is the Trump indictment, and they'll
Yep.
have a bunch of leaks about that tomorrow to cover over that. House Oversight and Accountability hearing, canceling home appliances. You know, it's like, oh my, we're fighting over stoves. Can you just let us live our lives, please, for the love of God? All right, so we've got House Energy and Commerce, House Intelligence Select meeting. This is closed, talking about China. We've got Education, Foreign Affairs,
Good.
Oversight on some DOD stuff. Congress is busy today. Financial Services, Homeland Security about the border,
I'm sorry.
Oversight about DACA. Yeah, busy day. All right, so that's in Congress. On C-SPAN, what are they covering? All right, we've got McCarthy. We'll get some clips from him. Lloyd Austin talked about Ukraine. Bank regulators talking about climate-related financial risks. Republican leaders are questioning the timing of Trump. Okay, we'll save that one. And then the Democrats are talking about it. So the House is in session right now. They're busy today. Austin and Millie, another news conference on Ukraine taking place in just a few minutes. State Department has a daily briefing. White House has the daily briefing about an hour from now. And I'll be looking forward to seeing what Karine says about all this. So, yeah, the news is going to mature quickly, no doubt.
Okay. So
And
sign in and it's saying, hold
hey,
on,
yeah, the
that's
UFO stuff.
with your company.
Yep.
Griff, try to refresh your phone.
So you
Might be the internet
just,
connection.
if it lets you, just minimize that now and just open
Yeah,
up a
all the
browser.
UFO stuff. Very curious how that has come out of nowhere, it seems. Chuck Schumer's like, oh, yeah, I'm interested in
Well,
releasing
she's got to
UFO
log back
material
in
now.
once we get in the browser, but
Okay, well then never mind. Hold on. One second. But in the browser-
Where's JC says, the
All
only
right,
two presidents I ever supported,
the
Ron
easiest
Paul
is
and
just
Trump.
live.com.
Never got the chance to vote for Ron. First ever vote was for Trump.
Yeah, just
Good candidates.
Whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Null says whistleblowers probably be jailed this evening.
Live.com.
Who's KJP singling out today? Well,
All right,
she's
then
probably
sign
just going to
in.
defer to the DOJ a lot. Well, they're doing their investigation. I defer you to the special counsel's office. There's nothing to say on that.
Why is it not pulling up?
Yeah, the UFO stuff has been interesting. Feels like a hard pivot. There were clips on from John Kirby on that too yesterday. He's like, no, they're interfering with us now. We're like, what? What are you talking about all this UFO stuff for?
Yeah, it's not
Just more distractions.
it's on the screen here.
Okay.
It could be just blank. So
PSYOP
Well,
stuff.
it's probably trying to pull updates and everything
Yeah.
all at once.
Woodchip
now,
says
too, though.
Obama
The
cured me
biggest
on
thing was to
Democrats.
make sure that we
I think
disconnected.
that happened for a lot of people. They thought he was Mr. Hope and
Let it
Change,
do its thing, run some updates, but I'm
but
just
that
talking
didn't work
about
out so well.
to put Office back on there.
So, hey, okay, so I forgot to mention this. All right, the new website, my friends, is up and available. And so I want to invite you to check it out. So let's turn this off here. This is the new website. That's your boy. And if you go to robertgovea.com, this is where you'll find it. And so you can now access the entire mind map on your
I'm tired today too.
your computers. So exactly what I go through on the show, you can access it. So if you go to robertgovea.com, this is brand new. This is fresh out of the gate. So we just launched it last night. And so this is the new website. And you can see here, if you click here, you can just enter your email, your first name and your email, and then you can get this in your inbox every day. And what comes in your inbox is a summary of the live stream and the 3 different segments from the show. And it will also have a link to the mind map. And when you sign up and you get the email in your inbox, it also has a mind map tutorial. So when you get it, you'll click this, it'll take you to this link. And in this link, you can access the mind map right here. So you can actually just go over to, open up the email in your inbox. It's going to take you to this page. This page, this will always be the mind map email. The mind map link. So you can get access to the link. And then this is a tutorial. This is a 7-minute tutorial on how to actually use the mind map, right? So it'll walk you through how to scroll around and how to zoom in and out. And then if you're not a member of Locals, it will invite you over to Locals. So you can join up on Locals. But of course, you guys are members already, so you don't need that. But you still can access the mind map. So if you go over here, and I love your feedback on all of this, by the way. Like, I love your feedback on this. We just launched this, just talking with the crew today. And so you can get access to all of it. And the links change, which is why. So this is a daily email, by the way. And you're going to get the summary. And so what's cool about what we've done is we also now take each video segment and we turn them into a report. All right. So for example, you can go here, you can click reports on the website, and you can click one of these reports, right? Pick which one we just did. So like, let's say, for example, you don't want to watch the full video. You just want to scroll through and just get a summary. Hunter sends Trump a cease and desist. All right, so this is the website now. Just a little bit of an intro. We're using Rumble as the back end. And then there's an actual written report. So it summarizes the actual video. So in this report, Hunter Biden displayed a lot of bravado lately with his father running the DOJ. It's basically a summary of the video. right? It's in my words, it's just taking what we said, summarizing it so you can just read through it, talk about Trump's posting, reaction to the letter, the bigger picture, and then you can just, browse around. So I'm not going to really watch that video. What's in this video? Okay. Oh, Kushner talked to the grand jury, Trump's guilty mind, insight into Trump's strategies. Okay. And so maybe, oh, look, Georgia's Fani Willis is here too. So maybe you want to hear about Fani Willis in this video. And so you can watch this video. Special counsel Jack Smith, and it'll just plug up the video. And so these will be summarized and also sent over to you, right, in an email, and you can just click and come back to the website. And so we'll have various reports that you can get. There's a bunch of other links here if you want to watch the show or listen to the show, audio podcast. We're going to be plugging locals hard, trying to get a lot of people into locals and joining up as a member. And so then this is where the store will land. And this is where, like the merch will land and some other stuff that we're working on. So you can also find us anywhere else on the internet and contact us. Like once we get a, merch and stuff going out, like if you have an order problem, then we've got some help sections, an FAQ section with, how all this stuff works, exchanges, and we're building it out in real time. But if you have any thoughts or any feedback, or if you sign up for this and you get the emails and you have any questions or concerns or any thoughts are. And so the website, once again, is just robertgovea.com, just robertgovea.com, just my name. And so all the reports are there. And if you sign up, you'll get a daily email with a summary. And the newsletter is going to be super important to making sure we stay plugged in and, together, because I do get nervous about the election, about the censorship that we might see on YouTube and the other platforms. And this is a custom-made gavel from our friend George. And that's the gavel that's right there. George made that a long time ago. Very beautiful gavel. So is
inDOCtriNATION and DocNation. I'm streaming.
So you kind of look like a plumber holding that gavel.
Facebook.
Well, I used to do a lot of plumbing, so that's okay.
Twitch.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of
Twitter,
plumbing. You give me some
Kick,
PVC
and
pipe
Rumble
and some glue,
all at once.
man. I actually built a trebuchet out of PVC pipe. That's how much plumbing I did in physics high school class. I built a They're like, hey, you have to build a trebuchet. I'm like, I'm going to use PVC. Why? Because I know PVC inside and out. Mama says it's all PEX now. Is it? They're not using PVC anymore? Well, guess that's it for me. I guess I'm antiquated. But yes, so my friend, so I'd love it if you checked it out and signed up and let me know what your thoughts are. And, hopefully it works and you get some value out of it. And, your feedback is going to be important in making sure that we deliver value on this thing. So if you see anything that feels off or you've got suggestions, I'd really love it. And there are a couple of you who I want to actually reach out to and, ask you for your professional thoughts on it. So certainly let me know. And we're going to be building out other stuff. We're going to be able to host other content and build out, books, documentaries, other info, courses, whatever we want to do with it can be here. So yeah. And thank you to George for the beautiful gavel. It's a beautiful gavel. And we're working on it. So thank you, my friends. Let me know if you have any questions or thoughts. These are all the different reports and there's different stories for each one of them. You can read through them and get a summary, share them away with friends. And we're trying to build out a robust chronicle of the things that we're covering here. And then start tagging these things and building a repository of the work in a way that we can't do on the other platforms. So be sure to check that out. Wood and flex seal and black pipe. There it is. Hey, thank you, Ray K. Yeah, we put a lot of work into that thing. And it's all coming together. And so, yeah, I'll drop that in there. And then we'll drop that in the comments over here for our future friends. And then we're going to keep populating it and should be fun. Mama Rock says, so we replaced it all with PEX. Flex Seal works awesomely. Man, so there's new technology. Yeah, I used to do black pipe too. I used to do gas pipe too, natural gas. I did natural gas. I used to do trenching. I had a trencher, would trench, you know, the yellow natural gas pipe, and then I'd mash those together. Yeah, new website, robertgovea.com. Going to be the new homepage. We're transitioning everything over there. Flex to copper. Yeah, and flex was like a new technology when I left construction, went right to law school. And I started, and then like a couple of years later, people were like, you know, this blue flex pipe. And I'm like, what is this crap? I used to have to, like, you ever have a pipe? So like my plumbing was pool related. So I used to, you know, build swimming pools. And it would be, landscapers would come in and then they would hit with a pick, you know, your 2-inch return line. And return lines weren't 2 inches, you know, return lines would be about 1.5 inches. But, you know, let's say, you know, it's a bigger pipe. And so they'd hit that and it would be a big pain in the butt to have to fix it because, you know, you have to like cut out the pipe and then sort of, you know, bring it up and then snap it back together, or you'd have to get one of the expensive like fitting, you know, things you put in there and fit it all in, and then all this, or you have to go up with a 90. It was a big pain in the butt. And then suddenly, like all this new technology came out. People are just like screwing 2 pieces together and, you know, doing curly cues with all this stuff. I'm like, what the hell happened here? How are they fixing all this stuff? Hex. Yeah. Yeah, the tubes, man. We got to make sure the tubes are cleaned out. That's why I get so irritated when the feds are in our tubes.
So I think I'm going to continue doing the drives
Golly.
on.
What is this crap? Says, all right. So so I had a couple stories, my friends, that I thought were good stories. Of course, we are going to come back. We're going to hit Trump.
Yeah, I'll continue
the Trump
doing both
saga
if I can, but
very
on
hard
mobile,
today
Prism
on the
will only
show.
let you pick one.
And we'll do a bunch of investigations into what exactly is going on. But there were a couple of other interesting stories. This one is Fauci related. And I thought this was a curious one from our friend Rand Paul. And so let's see what is going on this one. Rand Paul gets another criminal referral. No. Anthony Fauci gets another criminal referral from Rand Paul. This one for lying to the American people. Not a big surprise here. What is a surprise is this new email that came out. This was previously redacted. Now it has been unredacted, and it is quite revealing. It says that Anthony Fauci and some of his so-called scientists kind of knew more than they were letting on about the origin of the COVID virus. Maybe it did come from a lab. That's what the email says. This is reaction from Rand Paul and Tim Burchett, a congressman, saying, you know, now it's time to pop Anthony Fauci with a felony, legally and lawfully and peacefully with a felony for his lying. And so Rand Paul communicated this referral over on Twitter. He said, all right, here we go. I referred Anthony Fauci to the DOJ again for lying to Congress when he denied the National Institutes of Health was funding gain-of-function research in Wuhan. Brought him into Congress. He lied to Congress. Now there should be repercussions for that. We know they're prosecuting their political enemies in the form of Donald Trump and others, but they're not prosecuting people who are doing their bidding. Here, this story came from the Daily Mail. Says Anthony Fauci is accused of perjury. Former White House doctor lied under oath about the funding of gain-of-function research in China. Might have started the pandemic, according to Rand Paul. Daily Mail reveals now that Senator Rand Paul wrote to Attorney General Merrick Garland last week calling for an investigation into whether Fauci, who's 82 now, committed perjury when he testified in front of the Senate in 2021. Fauci was the former director of the NIAID, but newly released emails show that Fauci acknowledged that scientists in Wuhan are, quote, known to have been working on gain-of-function experiments to determine that molecular mechanisms may be associated or adapting to human infection. Let's take a look at what the email says. You can see this was sent on February 1st, 2020 from Anthony Fauci to Garrett Grigsby and others. Others' names and emails redacted, addresses redacted. The subject is follow-up, and Francis Collins also made it on this email. Sent by
Okay.
Fauci. You can see
I'm gonna play
best
those
regards
videos when this
from
is
Tony.
done. I've got them
He
already
says,
set up.
okay, everybody. Folks,
You've probably
the
already watched
call
them.
with Jeremy Farrar from Wellcome Trust went very well. Francis Collins joined, and there were several highly credible scientists, including in addition to the two that I spoke with last night on the call with expertise in evolutionary biology. One point to make clear, and this was brought up on a task force call, most of the rumors that are going around relate to the paper by an Indian group saying that there are HIV gene sequences inserted into the virus. Now, all of the scientists on our call felt that this was not credible, and they dismissed it as the two did last night. So just to be clear, this was a rumor and a theory, and so they dismissed that there were some insertion of anything strange into the virus. And so this is not medical advice or medical information. This was a theory that was being discussed, and it has been dismissed. This is not what they were concerned about, says Fauci. They were concerned about the fact that upon viewing the sequences of several isolates in the nCoV virus, there were mutations in the virus that would be most unusual to have evolved naturally in the bats. Mutations most unusual to have evolved naturally. And that there was a suspicion that this mutation was intentionally inserted. The suspicion was heightened by the fact that scientists in Wuhan University are known to have been working on gain-of-function experiments, this is Fauci writing, to determine the molecular mechanisms associated with bat viruses adapting to human infection, and the outbreak originated in Wuhan. Well, that's interesting. Sounds like Fauci knows that there actually was gain-of-function experiments happening, and he had a lot of words with Rand Paul over what that meant. Well, that doesn't mean what you think it means, and respectfully, Senator, you don't know what you're talking about with his little head bob. And so this was all redacted, and they suppressed the idea that this came from a lab, but you can see here he's openly talking about the idea that this might have come from a lab. He says, upon considerable discussion, some of the scientists felt more strongly about this possibility, but the others felt differently. They felt it was entirely conceivable that this could have evolved naturally, even though these mutations have never been seen in a bat virus before. It could be, but we've never seen it before. Yeah, but it could. I guess that's true. The reasons for each side of the argument are too complicated to bother you with. It's science-y stuff. Just trust me. Bottom line is that they all agreed with my strong suggestion to gather an even larger group under the auspices of an internationally credible organization. Even larger group, so that we can expand this out into more bureaucracy and more cover, and defray any accountability and responsibility for it. After some discussion, they all felt that the World Health Organization would be the most appropriate convener of such a group, and that the scientific experts be broadly representative of the global scientific community, so that they can stop this from evolving. Jeremy Farrar and Francis Collins will contact Tedros and ask him to do this. They hope to initiate this in the next day or so. They pass no judgment at all at this point, and they feel that the group's mandate should be, quote, what are the evolutionary origins of CoV, important for future risk assessments and understanding this. In this way, there is no assumption of foul play or guilt on anyone's part, especially mine, okay? There is no assumption of foul play, especially on my part. We're clear. And merely an intense scientific look at the evolutionary origins of the virus. Where that leads remain to be seen. Happy to chat with any of you about this. Best regards. So that whole thing was basically redacted, and it has now been unredacted. They're saying that perjury is a federal offense, carries up to 5 years in prison. The emails show that Fauci was aware of gain of function going on in the lab. He never admitted, though, that they funded it. But the GAO determined last month that they did receive NIH funding there at Wuhan, and Senator Rand Paul sent the letter over to Garland saying, you've got to charge this guy. He is directly lying to us. At the hearing in July, Fauci stated that the NIH has never and does not now fund gain-of-function research. But yet gain-of-function research was done entirely at Wuhan and was funded by NIH. Rand Paul has cited multiple documents about it. And so we've covered that here at length as we've been trying to make sure these people be held accountable. This is another House representative named Tim Burchett. He says there's enough evidence here for Fauci that he needs to be charged with a felony.
Seconds. What do you want to do about Fauci?
He needs to go. We need to, if he, in fact, he did lie, he needs to be brought up on those charges. And we need to find out why American taxpayers are paying to create a disease that according to some Democrats, almost wiped out civilization. You know, and why are we still paying this guy $400,000+? We need to pop him good and hang a felony on him is what we need to do. People lost their lives because of this nonsense, and they are playing God. They took a virus and they altered it. He claimed they didn't. My friend Rand Paul busted him.
Yeah.
Busted. So he does need to be popped with a felony peacefully, and just like they're popping other people with felonies like Trump. So why don't they pop Anthony Fauci with a felony and charge him for lying to Congress amongst his other crimes? But did you hear Tim Burchett say something interesting there? That they're still paying Anthony Fauci? We thought he retired some time ago. Kind of, but not really. He still has a government taxpayer-funded limo and security service.
Around-the-clock security provided by the U.S. Marshals. That means they station someone outside his house, the limousines, take him wherever he needs to go to the airport. Why, if he's not in government anymore, would he get this?
So we've been hearing these rumors. He announced his retirement, and then somebody said, oh, well, he still comes into the office periodically, and he still has his security detail. And we're like, how come? He's no longer working. So we asked HHS early in the summer, we said, is he still working? And does he have his limo? And does he have a driver? And does he have a security detail? Well, HHS actually came back to us and said they haven't been paying for it since January. But then we discovered that Fox did a Freedom of Information Act, and a judge forced them to say that, well, while HHS wasn't directly funding it, the U.S. Marshals were funding it. So can you imagine, we asked the government, are you funding his limo and his driver and his security detail? And they say, oh, we're not doing it. Oh, but somebody else is doing it, and then we're reimbursing them. So it's a terrible example of the government lying to its representatives and to the people. But also, why is a retired guy? The only retired official I know of that gets this kind of treatment is a former president. So I have no idea why this bureaucrat still has a limo driver, security detail, and we want to know, does he still get legal representation? Because I think he may need that eventually, but he's a rich man. His wealth increased by 30% during the pandemic. I think he ought to pay for his own security detail and his own legal defense.
And former presidents are also getting indicted now. So if he's also getting continuing care, he might also get an indictment, just like Trump. So very curious thing that's happening. We'll see if these people are held accountable for their direct lies to us. I mean, he can tell us where it came from, right? If he's being open and honest, unless he's got some reason to hide it from us, which might be because he was involved in it. And now they're all trying to cover it up. And Rand Paul has been on this from the very beginning. Hopefully there is accountability for these people who did what they did to us so that it doesn't happen again. Gosh. All right. So, right, look at that email. It just makes my blood boil. All right, and we've got another story, my friends. Is Michelle Obama running for president? Oh, gosh. Some people are hinting that she might be doing something like that or setting up shop in order to make a launch. she's got an interesting secret Twitter account with her husband that is raising some eyebrows. We're wondering what this is all about. If you click over here, it is a protected account. And so if you want to follow it, they've got to approve you. And this is the Office of Barack and Michelle Obama. And they launched this thing relatively recently, March 2023. What is it? And there's only 2 followers, and there's 2 people that they are following. And we're going, oh, great.
Welcome,
is she
NC
gearing
Debs.
up for something? Oh, man, we hope not. But we also know that Obama's getting a little bit.
We do a lot of
active,
different
a little bit
reviews of
more
streams
prolific
here while
than
I'm at
usual.
work.
Here
Sometimes
he is also on
it
Twitter
becomes a little bit
talking
unattended
about the
because I get caught
librarians
up in
out
some
there
stuff here,
and
but
about why those books
working on
need
payroll
to
while
be
we're
in
listening to
there
Robert.
in front of kids all across this country. He says that people who want to have oversight over what strangers are shoving in front of their children are wrecking the country. Librarians are saving humanity. Keep doing what you're doing. You're vital to this country. With gratitude, B.O. So that is what he's saying now. Going, oh, great. What are these people doing? Are they gearing up for something? We know that there are questions about Joe Biden having the capability, the mental capacity to even run. They're getting a lot of money into their bank accounts, but they're not really using much of it. This is according to Simone Ateba, the man who has been racistly attacked by Karine Jean-Pierre, not calling on him, even though he's a great reporter. He reported the following. He says, the numbers are in. How does he intend to win? Biden is spending virtually no money for his reelection. In the second quarter of this year, according to fresh data, his campaign had only 4 people on the payroll, spent less than $1,500 on travel, accommodations, and airfare. In all,
Where's that
Biden
money
campaign
going?
spent
Lots of
$1.1
donations.
million in the second quarter. His former boss, Obama, spent more than $11 million in the second quarter of 2011 when he was running for re-election, and he barely won re-election. So the question is, how does Biden intend to win? Does he even intend to run? Curious question being asked by Simone. Now, when you go over to the public markets, we don't really see Michelle Obama on there at all. Predictic is where people will go to make public bets and wager in the markets. And here you can see Joe Biden for the Democratic presidential nomination is
Yeah,
still
for now.
up and
This
away
is
the
literally my
favorite.
first day
But
back on.
Gavin
off of,
Newsom is the person who
suspension,
is in
so-
number 2.
Hey,
This is somebody we've been
want me to
concerned
walk
about
you
for a
through
long time.
rebooting the
Had many
router?
conversations about
No, I can't right now.
people maybe buying
Oh,
the
yeah.
California
I can
dreaming
do it later,
mentality
but I
because they've
can't do it
never
right now.
actually
I'm in
been
the
to
middle of
California and don't
doing
realize what
stuff
a
on my
dump it is.
computer and in the
But
middle of this
thinking
room
that
and everything.
maybe
Okay, when you're
they
done.
can create a Silicon Valley for America or create justice or something new and flashy on the beach, and that people might buy that and buy the shtick, which is why he might be
Well, that's good.
a compelling
I appreciate
candidate for people who just love people to tell them, fancy stories. They like that. They know that it feels so good. I feel good now. Wow. And then that's basically all you need for him. So he's up there at the top. And then we've got Robert Kennedy in 3rd place, and then Kamala Harris down there in 4th. So, we're wondering what the switcheroo looks like. I mean,
This
if
is
Joe
actually
Biden
my backup channel
has
that
to
you're watching
go,
on.
if
My-
there's
my
some sort of
main is,
competency problem or criminal problem or a resigning problem, does Kamala also go? And you'll notice that Michelle is not even on this list. So we see
Hey,
people are
Oklahoma.
not thinking that it could be her as it stands, which is curious. Might be a good bet if she makes it on.
Yeah, I've got on a backup channel. I'm
So
actually streaming
we'll
to both
see
right
where
now,
this
'cause
goes.
I
But
didn't
Gavin
discover
Newsom is
until-
currently still in number 2, even
Yeah.
ahead of Robert Kennedy. Hillary Clinton.
I didn't discover that they had lifted it a day early. Once I was online already, and I was opening up my studio, and I was like, "Hey, you're good to go." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Clinton's on the board, which is a scary thought. But Newsom.
I got a strike for apparently saying something was live when it wasn't, even though most of my streams are reviewing old live streams. So I don't know. But one thing I do know is that no human even reviewed. I don't know if it was a human that found the strike, but it was definitely not a human that reviewed my appeal, because I filled out the maximum amount of characters that they would allow on my appeal, and they literally denied my appeal within 30 seconds of submitting it. So there's no way somebody actually read my appeal.
does appear to be waiting. You can see he is making trips
Caught
to
cheating
the
cards.
White House. Feels like he's gearing up for this thing. A couple things that he's done recently as he's gearing up. He
Did you play last night? That was a weird experience. You see what PokerStars has done now? They're allowing you to turn your camera and you can talk through the game now. So you can table talk and everything now. Actually look at people's faces if they're willing to turn their camera on.
has made proposals for a constitutional amendment to ban guns. He went on a national media blitz, had a sit down with Sean Hannity, and actually embarrassed Sean Hannity a little bit.
Yeah, check out my main channel.
Newsom openly sparred with Ron DeSantis, threatening to file charges against him for what's going on with the border and the migrant transports. He's also setting up his own political action committee, Campaign for Democracy. And I've seen many of his ads now on Twitter.
Thank you, I'm a
So he's trying to build up a Twitter following by advertising these campaign promises in order to beef up his Twitter
Yeah, I was
profile.
pretty tired.
So feels like
Multiple
a lot
tables,
of people are waiting in the wings,
was
waiting
cool.
for
It
something
was
to
cool
happen
experience.
on both sides of this. We know Trump is on the GOP side, the far and away winner, the front runner. And there are competitors in the GOP primary
tell
who
which-
will be
which
very
one.
happy
I
if
actually
a
have to
criminal
look up
indictment
another
took
device
him
to see.
off the field.
Just some things. Hey, thanks. I appreciate
Many
it.
people also doing the same thing
Only
on the
about
Democratic
45
side.
people away
Joe
from
Biden going to fall down another
monetization,
set of
so-
stairs? Hopefully not. But if
I
he
don't
does,
think, I don't think it's going to
maybe
let me
Michelle
monetize
Obama
with the strike.
or Gavin Newsom
So I
are
probably
going to be
can't
waiting in the
monetize
wings
till October
to
now.
capitalize on it. And we'll continue to cover.
This is what it is.
All right, my friends.
CashApp.
If Newsom runs, Griff says, RFK runs as an independent, Trump wins for the third time. That's a real interesting comment. So
Thank
there
you.
was, there's also some rumors that like Manchin is thinking about that. Manchin, and there's another third party. Okay, so there could be a spoiler in this thing that just makes Trump the easy pick. But can you imagine the pressure on RFK to not do that? Yeah, GDL says these crooks are conspiring right now under our noses. Covert campaign money to personnel if he decides not to run. Convert campaign money. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. What do you do with all that money? Or you just you give it over to the DNC or whatever. But Biden brought in a big haul, brought in like 70 million.
Let me check out your page and see.
Didn't I don't know. Yeah, Michelle, Michael, confusing. What's up, Bruce? Good to see you, Bruce. Lenny Malley's in the house. Michael Allen Hughes is here. Thank you, Lenny. Saying hit that like button. Susie Moon says, I'm sorry, I'm not impressed with Newsom. He looks way too slick. I know, but people like that. I mean, they liked Obama, you know. Nobody wants to live in Obama's Chicago or Newsom's San Francisco. But they're still, flashy new faces on the scene, and people just, yeah. Maybe Obama was a different caliber, but used car salesman, slick. He looks plastic, says Christina. Yeah, totally agree with those. Yeah, white, clean, articulate. That was a Joe Biden quote. Yeah, look, he's like this nice, clean, articulate guy. Robert Barnes says, no way for Michael Obama. Why not talk about Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan? Dark horse, methinks.
I got your back, NC Dibs.
She could be. She likes to apparently work with the FBI. Oh, I missed a super chat? Oh, thank you, K-Bean. Let's see. Where'd that go? Did I miss something? There it is. Hey, thank you, Voice. Hey, he says, well done. I'm impressed with the hard work you're putting into this YouTube thing. Thanks, Voice. Yeah, we're just getting started, man. We're just getting started. So I have a whole whiteboard upstairs that I was really digging into. What was it? Sunday night. I've got whiteboards two sides of a full whiteboard. We're about to go, baby. We got to increase the power level. We want to build infrastructure. We want to leave a mark on this election, on this next election. We want to be a player, and wake people up and get people excited and get people activated and informed and energized and participating. And we got to have infrastructure to do that. We got to be anti-fragile and, you know, not cancelable and all of that stuff. So we got to build the infrastructure to do it. But thank you, voice. Spuds is here. Hey, got the tubes working. Okay, cool. Jigam, how can we? And I thank you, Jigam, for that. So, Jigam, I wanted your feedback in particular on the website and any other things that you think about. You know, so I'm. You are helping, I guess. Let me just say, like, you are helping. You know, by just doing what you're doing, and
Cool.
you know, it's kind of like a community build. You know, I get your feedback. I tried to do the old website myself solo, and I learned a bunch of stuff.
I make everybody who seems
here
legit
helping me with it. And
a
website's
moderator, standard
robertgovea.com.
moderator, just so you're able to drop
So
links.
yeah, I'd love your thoughts. I'd love your feedback. I mean, once we get the merch
check other
going
people's
and
channels.
we get a good
Usually I wait a
provider,
little bit, but
so I
decent
ordered
people.
I ordered a whole new set of stuff that's on its way. Should be here next
Like
week.
Lemmings from earlier. Whatever his name was, Lukey.
We can you know, we can spin up some fun stuff. I've got some fun ideas, and then yeah, it's gonna be it should be pretty cool. But yeah, sign up and let me know what you think on that. If you haven't signed up yet, at robertgovea.com. And you know, it's a daily email, but feel free to unsubscribe if it's too much for you. But I love it. I love your feedback on it. Thank you, Jigam. Okay, so I've got to jet, my friends. Michael Allen is correct. You can't say whiteboard. You have to say
Marker board.
person board now. Person board, I think, or something. I don't know. All right, so my friends, it's a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. The Rubos are going to a barbecue. Woo! All right, take some good pictures. Have some fun, my friends. We'll be back here in a few hours. We're going to get into a lot of Trump stuff. So we'll see you back then. Until then, everybody, make it a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, let's see. Let's check this one out first.
A lot of people are talking about this video, but I feel like they're all missing a really important part of this story. In the video, the police officers are accused of using excessive force while trespassing a man from a Target. And one of the police officers is even facing criminal charges for the incident now. But everyone's talking about what the police did wrong. And yes, they were wrong. But what about all the store employees and the customers? There was the store employees that called the police on this man to have him trespass because he was taking too long to check out. On the body cam, we can clearly see that this man has some mental deficiencies, but instead of a store employee or even a customer realizing that he's having problems and choosing to help him, everybody decides to call the police and let the police beat the shit out of him. On August 19th, 2022, Albuquerque police receive a call from the Target on Coors in Albuquerque, New Mexico, wanting a man removed from the store because he's taking too long to check out. Police arrive to trespass him, and this is what happens.
Hi, sir. After please. Go ahead and grab all your money. Let's walk out, okay? Go ahead, stop. Stop. You're done. After you, please. Change it, not for you leave. Put your money down. You're coming with us, okay? Just put your money down, okay? You're coming with us, okay?
I had
We're gonna
it
identify you.
tied up.
Gotcha.
It took me a while.
Take your money out. You're coming with us now, okay?
It just took me a little while.
Gotcha. You took too long. Go ahead and take your money out.
Yeah, I'm
Take your money
sorry.
out. You're coming. Do you want to walk us to walk you out, or you want to walk yourself out?
But I had it.
Go ahead and put your money out, man.
I do this.
I'm gonna let this bike, okay?
I don't look at it. I got all the money out now. I just was getting
So go
my
ahead and
money
grab your
out.
money, sir. We're walking out, okay?
Can I please just take
So we're
all
gonna
the
grab the
money?
money for you, okay?
Can I please? I got all the
We're
money.
leaving, okay?
Yeah.
And you're going to be identified, okay? And you're going to be issued a criminal trespass that says you can't come back to this business anymore, okay?
I was just getting my money out because I don't want to lose it.
This is horrible.
I keep it covered.
Let's walk out, okay? Go to the door. That's okay. You're walking out, okay?
The Albuquerque police physically remove the man from the store, make fun of him, rough him up, and then arrest him. Now, it looks to me like all of this was completely
Come
unnecessary.
out of Third Street.
The man was just trying to buy a bike and having trouble at self-checkout. Why didn't somebody just help him check out? Or maybe he insisted on doing it himself. Why not just let him take the time he needs to figure it out and get it done? It wasn't hurting anyone in the process. It seems to me that most people want to be self-sufficient, independent, take care of themselves. And even more so when a person is told that they have a handicap, whether it be physical or mental, that they end up having even more of a burning desire to prove to themselves that they can do the same things that everybody else can do. Guys, I'm sure you've all seen stories where somebody's been in a bad accident and told they'll never walk again, or they'll never use their arm or their hand again. And it's that statement that someone told them that they can't, that drives them and pushes them to prove to themselves and the world that yes, they can. And it looks to me like that was exactly what was happening here. He already has all of his items scanned, and he's even bagged some of his items. He's on the final step of putting his cash into the machine, and he is figuring it out. But clearly, he's taken longer to figure this out than other customers did. And Target wasn't okay with that. The police state multiple times that the only reason he's being trespassed and needs to be removed from the store is because he took too long to check out.
It just took me a little while.
Go ahead and pick your money up.
Now, we know that a person can only be trespassed from property by the property owner or manager. They can be physically removed by the police, but not unless the property owner or manager tells them that they want this person removed. So I called the store to ask if they were the ones who called the cops and asked for a mentally disabled man to be removed from their store because he's too slow. They refused to answer.
Thank you for calling the Coors Target store. Hi, thank you for calling Target on Coors. This is Shannon speaking. How may I help you?
I'm sorry, who's this?
This is Shannon.
Shannon, hi, this is James. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing all right, thanks. Is there a manager in right now?
Were you looking for like a specific area manager or like?
Probably the store manager. I'm trying to figure out why management allowed Albuquerque police to abuse a man inside of their store, and whether it was store employees that called them and asked them to abuse the man, or if the police did it on their own.
Yeah, I had received a call earlier similar to this. Our store director is not in today. And our asset protection team is also, or our asset protection manager is also on vacation right now. I don't know if she'll be in later. Did you want me to take your name and number down and maybe have her call you back?
Sure. Do you know if it was a store employee that called the cops on this guy, though, or if the cops were just there?
Do you remember what day it was?
It was a year ago. it was August.
Oh.
Yeah, it was August of 2022. Do you think that there might be anyone in the store that might know what happened, just so I can make sure I get my details as accurate as possible? Anybody who might have been there on that day a year ago?
Ty might know. Let me put you on a brief hold and see if he's available.
Okay, sure.
So he said that we're unable to give out the information whether or not the store called the police or if a team or if a guest called something like that.
That tells me everything I need to know. Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. You have a beautiful day.
You too. Thanks, bye. So little do these people know, when you call the police, it is public record. I put in the request today. We will find out who called them. We will find out who talked to them. And we will find out who ordered this man to be removed from the store. In the meantime, Natalie Wattis with KRQE in Albuquerque broke the news that the officer who made the arrest is now facing criminal charges for the arrest.
Former APD officer Kenneth Skeens is now facing 4 charges, including false imprisonment and battery, after lapel video shows police pull the victim by his arms out of the store.
You may be asking yourself, James, you do government accountability. Why are you so heavily focused on Target screwing up here? Well, here's how I see it. The police officer is already being held accountable exactly as he should, with criminal charges. But if we're going to prevent these things from even happening, then we need to recognize that it's on you and I also to not call the police when the police don't need to be called. And honestly, even if the police weren't being held accountable in this case, I still believe that whoever called the cops on this man was even worse than the cops themselves. What kind of person calls the police on a mentally disabled man for being slow? In case you're wondering who to boycott because of this, it's Target. And in case you're wondering the specific store where this happened, it's Coors Boulevard in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Since Target decided not to comment on the situation when asked, I decided to make a comment that I think Target would make if they commented. Dear customers, while we believe in the love, tolerance, and acceptance of all people in our society, We can't just have disabled people running around trying to be self-sufficient. God damn.
Hi, sir. After, please. Go ahead and grab all your money. Let's walk out, okay? Go ahead, stop. Stop. Are you done? After you, please. Change it, after you leave. Put your money down. Come with us, okay?
Just
put your money down, okay?
I
You're
had
coming with us, okay?
I had it
Good
in
idea.
there tied up.
Gotcha.
It took me a while.
Take your money out. You're coming with us now, okay?
It just took me a little while.
Gotcha. You took too long. Go ahead and take your money out.
Yeah, I'm
Take your money
sorry.
out. You're coming. Do you want to walk us to walk you out, or you want to walk yourself out?
But I had it.
Go ahead and put your money out, man.
I don't look at I got all the money out. I just was getting
So go
my
ahead and
money
grab your
out.
money, sir. We're walking out, okay?
Can I please just pay
So we're
for
gonna
it?
grab the money for you, okay?
Can I please? I got all the
We're
money.
leaving, okay?
Yeah.
And you're going to be identified, okay? And you're going to be issued a criminal trespass that says you can't come back to this business anymore, okay?
I was just getting my money out because I don't want to lose it. I keep it tight. Hey.
Put it up. Let's walk out, okay? Drop the dog. Okay. Walking out, okay?
Fucking piece of shit. Shit makes you sick to your stomach.
Bigger threat to the men in blue. That's him! Kill the bastard with the video camera! Get him!
Hey guys, Rogue Nation here with you. I don't know how many people have seen this video. A subscriber sent it to me. Found it on TikTok. This takes place here in Orlando at a Panera Bread. So I'm going to try to see if I can get more information on this and update you guys as to, you know, what's going on with the case here. But the story we get is that one of the children for this family had, I guess, made some kind of a gesture, and the people at Panera Bread thought he was maybe being abused or something. Now, it's come out from people that know the family that said that these folks don't even spank their kids. But look how the police react to this. Now, you know, it could be a misunderstanding, obviously, or what have you not, but just check out the police reaction here.
Can I play it? Come on, Ro.
Listen, bro, we just got surrounded by police eating, because they said Ashton made a gesture that he's being beaten. Listen, everybody tap in.
I don't understand.
Join in, bro. Please join in. Please, please, please. My wife having a whole panic attack. Please join in. Check this, bro. If this ain't discrimination at its finest, he's continuing to scream at her.
Then I said I need medical attention, and he never called. He said,
Look at this.
Call 911.
Look at this.
And then my son ran, and I couldn't find him. My name is Dr. P.
She having a whole panic attack, bro. A whole panic attack.
This is one with impact employment. Is this good? Hey, I just want to verify what your status is.
They're killing black people out here, and I'm scared.
Look at this, bro. Look at this.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure that you're still following that. I know it's kind of weird. How weird it is, right? Well, I wish you the best, man.
I'm not confined.
At least attention to her.
Why I'm really scared.
Bro, look at this, bro. Bro, look at this. Ashton, sit down, bro.
Okay.
Thank you. Just sit right there.
Bro, I don't know what's going
Well,
on.
good luck with the physical.
No, I don't.
All right, man. If you ever need anything, just give me a shout.
How old is your son?
My son is 7 years old.
You know why he made that comment or gesture?
What comment did he make? Please. Okay, but no. You say he made a gesture.
No.
I think it's in me.
I'm not going to object to that at all.
I don't have an
It's
idea.
always better yourself
No.
than to take responsibility for your family.
No, I can open it for you.
No, you need to place it on the table.
Yep.
Why?
Good luck.
You're lawfully detained at this point.
Why?
I am investigating a potential crime. I need you to take the fanny pack off, step to the side, and stand right here. Place your hands behind your back. That is a lawful command.
Wow.
I am here investigating a crime.
Yo, this is insane, man.
If you fail to follow my lawful commands as the deputy sheriff,
I don't-
you will be placed under arrest for resisting. Do you
I'm not
understand?
resisting. I'm just trying to
I've given
understand.
you a lawful command at this
Listen.
point. I need you to stand up, take the fanny pack off.
Wow.
I need you to
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
We're done playing the game here.
Okay.
You got me.
Yeah, can you put some stuff on the floor? Thank you. I'm not fighting. I'm not resisting. Look at myself. Oh, I worked really hard for the government.
What's interesting there at the end was that the child knew enough to pick up the camera and start recording, right? Good job to that kid. Tragic. It defies logic how these people respond.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, especially a little kid like that.
You know, there's ways to go about stuff. You know, we're gonna look into this. It looks like it was Orange County Sheriff's Office deputies that detained them. So we're gonna try to get in touch with Orange County Sheriff's Office because there's no information given with the video. Nobody's name, the date. It doesn't seem to be old, but there's no information given. So we're gonna have to dig and try to see if we can find out. See if we can get the 911 call from Panera Bread and see if we can get any body cam footage, whatnot, and police reports. If they were charged with anything or what actually happened. So stay tuned for that, guys. All right, thanks again for watching.
You got a 10 to 20 minutes, please, with DTE. You're going to transfer.
That's nuts.
Welcome back to the Civil Rights Lawyer channel. About 3 months ago, I posted a video showing you body cam footage of a police canine being released into a house in which my client was hiding. We filed a lawsuit about 3 months ago. Well, we got our first big ruling on that case and on qualified immunity just in the past few days. Here's a reminder of what the case is about, and then I'll tell you the big news.
Candy, open the door now or we're going to kick it in. Candy, last chance. Open the door. I'm kicking it in. Candy, make yourself known now. Candy, give yourself up. I'm bringing the canine in. You will be bit. Candy, last chance. Canine is in the trailer. I won't release him. You will be bit.
So yeah, this is the case from up in Marshall County, West Virginia, where my client was inside of this house and there was an arrest warrant for her. It was for like a probation violation. So there was no serious crime that they were after her for. It was just sort of a process deal where they were authorized to take her into custody. So she's inside this house. They are authorized to go inside the house forcibly to get her, and they can't find her. Instead of actually taking the time to find her, this dog handler just releases his canine into the house to find Candy Wood. But the problem is we all know, and he knew what would happen once the dog found her, and that is violence, that the dog would violently attack her. And I'll go ahead and put the little click thingy up there so you can watch the other video, because I really don't think YouTube would monetize that footage again. In fact, I'm surprised they did in the first place. But
Hey, Chopper.
what you're not seeing here that you can watch in the other video, and I encourage you to do so, is this dog finding this woman under a pile of clothes and just latching onto her and ripping the flesh literally off her arm, violently attacking her. The police officer can't get the dog off of her, and she's just screaming. It's really terrible footage. So here's the issue. They say it's fine if we just say twice, all right, we're releasing the dog, and then whatever happens, happens. And we say, no, you can only use violence, serious violence, like a weaponized pet, if there is a serious immediate safety threat to somebody, just like using a taser or other forms of physical violence that your government may use on you. Here's the big news that happened. And that's that we have already beaten them on their first claim of qualified immunity. That's right. The sheriff's department and this police officer claimed qualified immunity in a motion to dismiss that they filed. So we prepared a response. And I also had a law student from Liberty University, Jacob Lewis, working with me, and he did a lot of the work on this response. And I'm going to introduce you to him just here in a second. But we won. We won on the qualified immunity defense. All counts are proceeding forward at this point. So we're now in the discovery phase. So here is Jacob. Let me introduce him to you. Hopefully he's going to work on a lot more cases that you see on my channel. All right, this is Jacob Lewis. He's a law student who's working with us right now. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So I'm a rising 2L at Liberty Law.
You helped write the response to the motions to dismiss in the Wood case, which we just won on. Congratulations on your first victory against qualified immunity. How do you feel?
It feels good. It was kind of a nice little surprise after a bit of a vacation to come back and see all the motion to dismiss response that we won on it. It feels good to actually be doing something with some of the material that I've learned so far while pursuing my degree. And it also feels good to just get my hands on some real law.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to actually win in a fight against your government and have the federal judiciary say that you have now protected somebody's constitutional rights.
Exactly. No, and I definitely
even for drug detection, because they're
Wood's case.
They're like teaching them to
about her and learn more about
falsely
surrounding
alert
what happened to her.
Watching the body cam footage
they
from
only
the Wood
find
case,
something about
what
30% of
most
the time
struck you
on
about
positive
that footage?
The most important part of that footage
Me,
is
that's-
not really what happens with the
Means
dog.
it
It's what
doesn't
happens
work.
leading up to it. All of the time that he spends going.
I don't care if you want to use them in airports and stuff like that,
and
but to search
there's
people's
even-
vehicles on the side of the road.
From my perspective, there's even a brief pause where he gets to that room where she is, and he's looking at the pile of clothes where she's hiding, and it's almost like he makes a decision right then and there that it'll be more expedient for him to send the dog in to do his job than it would be for him to have to go in and find her.
Awesome. Well, thanks, man. Looking forward to working on the next one. And I forgot to mention that we also won on their motion to dismiss
use
our
them for
count for a
tracking and stuff
Monell
like
claim.
that.
And as Chris
They
Weiss
should not
just
be used on the
discussed
side of the
a
road
couple
for
of
drug
videos
detection.
ago, those are very difficult claims. And that's when you sue the actual municipality or the county, basically the employer, i.e. the sheriff's department, and claim that there is this pattern or practice or policy of civil rights violations. And they're very, very difficult cases. But here, I thought that there was one, because it seems that they had a policy where they are saying, all right, we're releasing this dog. As long as we warn you twice, then we can release the dog on you. And that just doesn't jive with federal constitutional law that says that police officers cannot use violent physical force just to make it easier to find somebody who is hiding in a house without some sort of substantial safety threat. So they disagreed with this, and they filed a motion to dismiss on those grounds with the federal court. So this is great news that this federal court has agreed with us that we have stated a plausible claim here, that police officers are violating the Fourth Amendment when they release a dog into a house with a nonviolent person who's just hiding under some clothes inside. And where they do that as a policy, then you can sue that municipality. So great news moving forward on all claims. So let's just restate the law here so that we're all on the same page, police officers and potential suspects being pursued by dogs in the future. So where a canine is deployed on a citizen, remember that individual is seized. Therefore, the Fourth Amendment is triggered. So if that's a lawful seizure, the issue is whether or not the seizure is reasonable or whether or not it's unreasonable. And that depends on the level of force used. Releasing a German Shepherd on somebody, that automatically is like kicking the force up to, I don't know, 7 or 8, something like that. So the law can vary between federal circuit on when that's reasonable.
Blow a gun above the taser.
And when that's not reasonable. And there unfortunately are not a whole lot of dog cases out there to compare. And the problem with that, claim qualified immunity, they almost always get qualified immunity where you can't show a near identical fact scenario. So there are a lot of dog cases out there, but not a huge number of them. But here's my opinion on what the status of the law is. Where canines are deployed by police, a warning should be given along with an opportunity to surrender if possible. But deploying canines on suspects who have already been subdued, surrounded, or who are not actively resisting or evading arrest is almost surely going to be considered excessive force, with or without a warning being given. So deploying canines on suspects who pose no immediate threat at all is generally going to be unreasonable and therefore unconstitutional. Remember, canines should only be deployed where there exists some serious immediate safety threat in a tense, fast-moving situation where there's some actual reason to use your dog, where there's some actual reason to do so. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like to follow along on these types of cases and you like to learn your constitutional rights. Check me out on Twitter at John Bryan ESQ, also on Facebook at John H. Bryan Attorney at Law. And also, if you want to contribute to the fight to end qualified immunity, please donate to the Institute for Justice using my custom donation link that you'll find in the description for this video. Remember, because I have a custom link, this is being tracked, and they keep track of how much money my audience is donating to this fight for justice. You are literally keeping civil rights lawyers employed. Suing the government, it's a good thing. Because, remember, freedom is scary. Deal with it. I'll see you next time.
Well, welcome to today's talk, Friday the 14th of July now. I make no apology at all today for returning to the topic of excess deaths. The last week that we have data for, in the United Kingdom, deaths were 8.8% higher than we would expect for the time of year. This is just an ongoing issue in the United Kingdom and indeed around the world. And today I want to be looking at some European data and seeing what we can learn from this. This is still greeted by a deafening silence from government, from health authorities, and pretty well universally from mainstream media. But we're going to keep on with it because there are some ideas. I've got another video coming out probably later today or tomorrow where we talk about some research from Denmark as well, which might help. But let's just look at briefly what's going on at the moment. Week ending the 30th of July, this week 26, 2023. 10,373 deaths were registered in England and Wales. Now, interestingly, they're saying 129 of these mentioned coronavirus. So this number was way down. And of course, not all of these were from coronavirus. Well, we could argue about the proportion, but it's 1.2% of all deaths. The official data is saying that of the 129 deaths involving COVID-19, 61.2, 79 deaths had this recorded as the underlying cause. Not always sure about that. I think very often it's so wrapped up with comorbidities and old age, it's really quite difficult, pretty well impossible to tell. It's a rather subjective medical opinion. But what we can say for sure is that the COVID deaths are way, way down. Probably well under 1.2% of all deaths at the moment. Number of deaths was above the 5-year average. Private homes, 22.9%. So we see a lot of people are dying at home. Now, you could argue that this is good. It's always better to die at home than die in hospital, but it's still higher than we would expect. Hospitals, it's 6.1. Care homes, it's 3.7. Number of deaths registered in the UK as a whole, not just England and Wales, 11,763, 8.8% above the 5-year average. This is persisting. Now, let's look at the useful graphic published by the Office for National Statistics that we've looked at for some time now. This is the latest updated version. The black line, of course, is the deaths we would expect. And for example, we see that throughout 2022, which we'll be looking at again in a minute, the deaths were higher than we would have expected. During the pandemic waves, of course, the blue COVID deaths there, less surprising. The deaths carrying on now in excess levels. These are the most recent figures that we have. And we see that they are consistently high. So this represents here, this line here represents 8.8%. So we can see it was a little higher the week before and a little higher the week before. Now, I'm going to go on and look at some graphics from European data in a minute. But I just want to give you some figures from the European data first of all. Now, this is the data. It's from Eurostat. It's well collected data. The European Union area are good at collecting data. They're all fairly advanced countries with pretty established data collecting methodologies. So pretty happy with this quality of data. Excess mortality in the European Union between January 2020 and May 2023. Now, it followed the COVID waves in 2020 and 2021. Although, as we'll see, not really. There was no excess deaths in Finland, Norway, and Denmark in 2020. So the Scandinavian countries were a bit different. More on why that might be later. Anyway, the following data is based on the 2016 to 2019 that we would expect in the pre-pandemic years. So compared to 2016 to 2019, EU data for as a whole, January 2022 it was up by 8.1, February 8.3, March it was up by 6.7, April it was up by 12%.
We're back.
May it was up by 8, June it was up by 8.4, July it was up by 17.4. Now, these are high increases. 2022 was when Omicron was around, way less pathogenic, caused much less severe disease. We can't attribute we contribute some of these deaths to COVID, obviously, but the majority not. These are non-directly COVID-related deaths. They're due to other factor or factors, and obviously I think it's going to be factors, several factors. Now, 558,000 additional deaths in the European Union in July. So this July figure here, this 17.1% represents 58,000 deaths. This is absolutely astronomical levels of excess deaths ongoing. But particularly so in 2022 when we wouldn't have expected it. 2.8% in July 2020. So in July 2020, in the pandemic year, July 2020, before any vaccination, of course, it was 2.8%. So when the vaccination program had been rolled out, when Omicron was there, when there'd been lots of herd immunity, the excess death was 17.1%. In July 2020, at the height of the pandemic, it was 2.8%. So we see that there are other factors here going on. This is not just no one's saying that COVID's not a dangerous disease. Of course it is. But it's not accounting for most of these excess deaths. It was 5.7% higher in July 2021. That represents 19,700 deaths. So higher in 2021. Lower in.
I'm going to end the
lower in
stream,
20.
I'll steer people back over here for now. If you're on DocNation, I am live on inDOCtriNATION live. So
20, but much higher in 2022.
Peace.
August 2022, the excess deaths was 13.9%, so pretty high again, compared to 7.6 in August 2022, but even that represented 27,300 deaths. And even in 2021, it was only 9.1%. So again, in 2022, we see it's high. This is 2022 data. apart
This
from
is
the fact of-
done. We should
well,
see.
August
We're
one,
going to be watching
please excuse me
NCC.
for that.
Got a premiere coming up.
September 2022, 10.3%. October, 11.6%. More excess deaths. November. December, a huge 20%. Now, of course, this is not just because it's winter. This is higher than we would expect for Decembers. That represented 92,500 additional deaths in December 2022 in the European Union. (2022) was not a good year. How are we doing in 2023? The answer is slightly better. January, it was 3.9%, what we would expect. February, for the first time in several years, it was actually 1.4% below. Now, we would expect it to be low all the time because the people that were vulnerable and were about to die would have succumbed to COVID, typically shortly before they were going to die anyway. So, in other words, COVID we would expect to filter out, if you like, the weaker, more vulnerable members of society. So we'd actually expect death rates to be lower, but it's not what we're seeing, apart from this 1 month. March, it's gone up to plus 0.9%. April 2023, 3.3% higher than we would expect. And even that represents 11,900 additional deaths. May, it's 2.9% above what we would expect. So persisting, if not quite at the high numbers of 2022. Altogether, January 2020 to May 2023, 1.765 million additional deaths, compared with the average numbers for 16 to 19. So pandemic and the effects that go with the pandemic, 1,765,000 additional deaths. The deaths higher than the 5-year average were 11.8% higher in 2020, somewhat expected because of the pandemic. 2021, 14% higher, somewhat expected because of the pandemic. 2022, 11.1% higher, not what we would expect. Can't be attributed to COVID. And the first 5 months of 2023 average out at 1.9%. But what we do see in 2022 is a big variation between countries as well. So Romania, for example, somewhat great country, but somewhat less sophisticated. Lower vaccination rates, for example, in Romania. 3.4% additional deaths in 2022. Sweden, with a completely different set of policies as regards lockdown, 3.9% deaths higher than you would expect in 2022. Hungary, again, somewhat less advanced in some ways, 5.2%. But Cyprus, Malta, and Finland, all very high excess deaths in 2022. So a fair variation between countries. That's true. Quite a big variation between countries. We need to look at those factors and see how that's explained. In the first 5 months of 2023, excess deaths in Bulgaria are down. Good. Excess deaths in Romania are down. The Baltic, Lithuania, excess deaths are down. Less, quite a bit less than we would expect. This is what we'd expect everywhere. But in Ireland, excess deaths for 2023 are 10.2% above what we would expect. Netherlands, 9.5%, and Austria, 9.3% above what we would expect. So we are seeing excess deaths in quite a few countries, much higher than we would expect. Lower only in a few countries, and where it's lower is more the Eastern European countries. Well, let me just show you a few more graphics that illustrate that. This is Belgium. Now, this is the 0% line here. So we see that Belgium, again, has been above for quite a lot of the time, now only going back up to about 0. So far, so good for 2023 in Belgium. But has been really quite high for long periods of time. This is Denmark. Interesting, the excess deaths in Denmark didn't go really that much higher until about May. Yeah, that's about May 2020 they started going up. There was a small peak before that.
It's assumed that we're allowed
COVID related.
the right to own
But
property.
as we see, that's the 0 line there for 2021, 2022 high. And now we see Denmark has increased again. So that's January, February, March, April. So higher death rates in Belgium in April. And that line there is the plus 10% line. So about 9% excess deaths in Denmark. This is Finland. Again, excess deaths didn't go up that much. There's the 0% line up until into 2020, but 2021, 2022, really quite high. And now we can see in Finland the latest data is well above, that's the 10% line, well above 10% above what we would expect. But bear in mind that this is the 0 line here. So if I just bring this, can I bring this down to the 0 line? Yeah, that's the 0 line is there. So everything there that you can see is well above these excess deaths through 2020, 2020, 2021, 2022, and now peaked again in April, May 2023. This is France, again, similar pattern, well above the 0 line for a lot of the time when we wouldn't expect it. That one's Germany, again, that's the 0 line there. So again, we see above average for a lot of 2022 when we wouldn't expect it. Ireland, as we've seen, quite high at the moment, well above what we would expect for 2022 again. Italy's thankfully low at the moment. Let's hope that's maintained. It's been high for 2021, 2022. That one's Netherlands, again, higher during long periods of time. Now, I've put in Romania with the European average. So European average is and this is what epidemiologists should be doing, a lot of these sort of comparative studies. This is quite interesting, this one. So we've got European Union in dark blue and Romania in light blue. So what we see is the peaks.
That's crazy, Chopper.
During the pandemic peaks in Romania were higher than the European Union. They do have a lower vaccination rate in Romania. Then we see that all throughout 2022, the death rates in Romania were consistently lower than in the European Union. Is there anything to be learned from that is an interesting question. That one is Spain. Again, that's the 0% line there. So Spain we see is higher in 2021 and 2022. And this last one here is Sweden with a different lockdown approach. So what we see in Sweden, despite it was higher there, but despite the limited lockdowns, well, they weren't locked down really, it was just advisory. We see the death rates were much higher in the European Union. And indeed, the death rates have stayed much higher in the European Union average in dark blue compared to Sweden in the orangey colour there. So Sweden, in many ways, has done much better. So, variety of factors that we can discuss, and there's some factors that we can't openly discuss, unfortunately. Lockdown factors, of course, people not accessing healthcare, the isolation, the depression, the lack of social contact, all of these are going to be big factors. Pharmaceutical interventions that weren't given during the pandemic, and possibly pharmaceutical interventions that were given during the pandemic that weren't normally given. We're not trying to make any point here. We're just saying we need to be able to account for everything. So that's all I want to say in this video. On a completely separate topic, these are the YouTube community guidelines on vaccine safety. The content alleging that vaccines cause chronic side effects outside of the rare side effects that are recognized by the health authorities. Claims about COVID-19 vaccines that contradict expert consensus from local health authorities or the World Health Organization. We can't contradict the World Health Organization. Mustn't contradict the World Health Organization. I mustn't get mad about it either. Claims that approved COVID vaccine will cause, so we can't say that an approved COVID vaccine will cause that or that or that. We're not saying it does cause all these. It'd be nice to be able to talk about it. We can't talk about these things. Not allowed to talk about those. Of course, I've got one strike recently, and that's kind of still hanging over me. So And on the same page,
sounds familiar.
We're also not allowed to make claims about magnetism. It's just bizarre that things that could be legitimately talked about are put on with things that are clearly Looney Tune nonsense. But that's the constraints we're currently working under. So I'm not trying to make any particular point. I'm just pleading for a free and open discussion because it's multifactorial. But people are dying. I mean, read the comments of some of the videos. They're just heartbreaking. People have been lost recently. And, very little work being done about it. Now, next video, we are going to be talking to Dr. Vibeke Maneke, who is working on this from Denmark. So tune in for the next video. Really quite interesting. And I might give you some feedback from other videos as well. But some of the feedback on these videos really is quite moving. And if there's any academics out there, really, you could take any one of these videos and do a qualitative analysis on the feedback of them, and it would be quite enlightening. Because between all of the people that are making comments, there's a lot of wisdom, but there's a lot of data as well. So please keep leaving the comments, and please keep reading them. They are very informative. But that's us for now. These graphs do need to be explained, but I'll leave it there. And thank you for watching. We will continue to monitor these excess deaths. Still 8.8% in the UK. It's high numbers. Thank you for watching.
That is high numbers. Okay, well, let's show you this real quick. So I guess Regan posted this yesterday. Denver's new mayor, Michael Johnston, took office today and announced a moratorium on sweeps. Sweeping people is inhumane, dangerous, and unnecessary. Fingers crossed that the city pulls its head up for air for appropriate solutions with the hundreds of millions of dollars designated to properly addressing homelessness. Really no order if the stealing of property is going to come to a halt, but I'm hopeful. Stay tuned for more news tomorrow. I am hopeful a whole bunch of people are getting fired. All right. Nothing new today. Let me see. Nope, 2 days ago. All right. We'll be watching for everything live. MCC is about to. MCC is about to go live here. He's got a premiere starting in 60 seconds.
All Frenchtown units will be clear of the forest call. Command has been handed over to Berlin. They're going to be remaining in that same for a bit.
And we have, for some reason, freaking media posted a video like in the middle of the night. Pretty new for him. These. Why is this not starting? I have to pee. So yeah, you saw that from Regan. There we go. I got a peek. I'll be right back.
This is Michigan Constitutional Crusader out here in Auburn, Michigan at the City Hall with Spanky Pants and TikTok. Yeah. Let's see what they think. Hello. Yeah, tiny.
Can we help you with something, sir? Is there something we can help you with?
No, we don't need any help. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Tootsie Rolls for you to get a sweet tooth. Annie and Brandy.
And we'll be back.
The city administrator. Looks like all the human resources information here. DPW director. What's his name? Oh. Ashley's the only one not in. Nate's in, Anthony's in, Brandon's in, and Marty's in. So where are they for him? We'll be meeting with Lorena there. Purpose of the meal keys to her vehicle by no subject. Oh, look. Yeah. Should we walk through
Damn.
and back out?
92-year-old male, seated in the kitchen, now waiting alert.
There we go. Yes. I love finding old pictures. Older ones are at the other end, but. Petrol station, yeah, all you guys. Great. On the first street. Right? Good old days. When life was so much simpler. Life expectancy was a lot less, but life was so much simpler.
Bank of Auburn.
What's that?
Yeah.
Have a good one. Play that since we're done here. No notification. You know, suspension wasn't supposed to be over with till tomorrow, so I'm just happy it's working.
I want a speed limit sign. I see you got extras up there. Damn it. I got a yield sign and a stop sign. I need a speed limit sign. Even the old dusty ones on the shelf? I'll just take this one. It's all faded out. That is, yeah, that's cool. I haven't seen a street sweeper like that. They got one in Detroit now. Yep, they sure do. Yes, they do.
Huh.
So what do you guys do with the footage?
You know, we usually post stuff on YouTube.
For what purpose?
What's that? For public education.
Okay.
It's freedom of the press.
Sure.
You know, we just like to come meet public employees of cities and towns all over Michigan and let other members of the community get to meet you guys without having to come out here. They can just watch our videos. A lot of times they can see what services the city offers its residents and such. And how good or horrible they act. Yeah, yeah. How they treat the public. And you guys are doing great. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can appreciate that. We love it, respect it.
All right, you know, but
This is true. That's right. That's exactly right. And of course, you know, guys see guys show up.
That's all true.
She was just leaving the lobby about 5 minutes ago, so she should be calling us.
You can call me Tater Salad. We enjoy our anonymity.
Well, we all would like to, right?
Absolutely.
As public employees, you guys don't have anonymity, right? Because you're all over the website, and everybody in the town knows your name, and your salary's public information. But not mine.
Have a good one, man. Yep.
You too, buddy.
Jim Jones.
Just to the corner, man.
Oh,
That's why I said we're going.
Right. They have escape rooms in the town, at least.
Yeah, that's cool.
Give the community something to come along Friday or Saturday.
And draw people from other towns too.
Right, yeah.
Because not every town has this.
No.
Oh, library to the left.
All right, Farnsworth.
I think the post office is right up here to the left too.
Oh, okay.
Dirty Mary and Crazy Larry. Never heard of it.
Can't see nothing.
Nada.
But the lights are all on.
Right.
Yeah, drop in there, guys. Let them know I sent you. Please. Which guy? Oh, in your video? I'll play it. Oh, they call that property tax. Okay. Trying to figure out who you're talking about. Well, I mean, it depends on what they died of.
I'll give her a call.
Wow. Look at all the awesome glass stuff.
deactivating a lot of people. Gotta start adding more in.
All kinds of cool glass stuff in there. Should go in there and say, hey, do you make weed bongs?
I would say probably not.
Oh, you never know. They could probably whip one up for you.
Might be able to, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see no post office nowhere.
I know there is one,
Not within
but I don't have my damn phone on me to find out where it's at.
Yep. All right. Auburn, Michigan. Small as it is.
Yeah.
Everyday America. Hard place. Twinkle town.
Look how dirty these windows are.
Michigan. Yeah, I think that. How dirty they were.
I put high backwards on one window and watch me backwards on the other. I put high backwards on one window and watch me backwards on the other. Is Jake in there? Oh, there's somebody in there now. There wasn't nobody there before.
It's Janet, not Jake.
Hi, Janet.
Is Jake here? Looking for Jake.
Can't hear.
What's that? I'm looking for Jake. Is he here? Not doing what? Oh, so just walking around taking a tour of the town. Yeah. No. From my thinking. Yeah. Just out and about touring small towns of Michigan, man. Checking them out. The little gyms, you know.
Have a good one.
Hi.
Subway is open, but you got to go way up like this to see the people.
Hey, Dirty, welcome. That's True Chopper. Or even regular pneumonia.
It looks like the old post office.
Yeah, it sure does. I'm 100% sure that is the old post office.
It's now a restaurant.
Huh.
Restaurante.
She waved with both hands.
Right? Double wave.
Oh, I think she wanted us.
Did you say devil or double?
Double.
Oh,
Double,
some
double.
shade. Oh, she's shaking her head. I got to record her. Shaking her head.
He hadn't seen you in a while, I guess. That's his
Yeah.
way of saying that.
Yep, head shaker. Hi.
Good West. Welcome back.
Have a nice day.
Getting so many waves.
Mm-hmm. Bye. They're always fun.
Stop.
Yep.
Participate.
Oh, no worries.
Whether they want to or
Good
not.
to see you.
Wonder what's in here.
Oh,
We all have our stuff we got to deal with.
Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go, we make new friends. Everywhere we go, the fun never ends.
Happy people.
Happy people.
Happy man. He's a happy man.
All right, y'all. We're out of here. Till the next one today.
Peace out.
Yeah. Thank you. And this MCC dropped in the middle of the night, or Frickin' Media did. Yeah, we'll play it.
There's a lot of nails getting done.
I've played it once already, I think.
I wonder if they get paid by the nail or by the hand.
I don't know. But I'll play it again for you. Yeah, I already liked it.
Oh no.
Hi.
No shit. It's about. Ooh. You gonna touch it?
Can I help you? Can I help you?
It seems.
Sir, can I help you? Can I help you? Yes. You're interfering with our business. I can call a cop.
He said we're interfering in his business. Somehow by standing on a sidewalk with a camera, we're interfering. Oh no. Somebody needs to teach these ladies to keep their feelings under control.
Oh, look, he's showing us. He's calling 911. I think he expects it to scare us away.
Woo wee! Oh.
The wrong one. Sorry.
Wait for it to set in. They're going to educate him on the phone.
Probably.
You'll see the disappointment set in here in a minute. Unless he lies to him and tells him we're in his business interfering.
Schedule right there.
Oh yeah, you can right there. Yeah.
Scheduled, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the schedule right there.
What time you're scheduled for, who it is.
Oh yeah. How cool. Are we gonna get cambacks? Here they come.
So.
Here they come, guys.
Nope, she just waved.
Yeah, she did wave. Oh, here comes a comeback from Ken. Auka. Oh, here he comes. I'm standing behind you.
They blocked in the front door of our business.
Quit lying. Quit lying. You're lying. Stay out of my personal space. Arm's length. Stay back. I know karate, taekwondo, and 5 other Japanese words. Stay back.
Block the door. Wait, you were standing right here where this.
Yeah, there's no door.
Permanent panel that
Yeah.
doesn't move.
Yeah, there's no door right there.
And he's trying to say you were blocking.
Yeah, he
the door.
came out of his door, no problem.
Paranoia, paranoia.
There's the cam back. Cam back, cam back.
I'm taking a video, he says. Right now. Look, she's cam backing us too.
I take video, send to you for evidence. Yes?
What has your public pretender even told you? Does he seem like he actually wants to try and help you? Or just let's make a deal?
Okay.
Hi. Zoom in on you. Since you flipped me out, there we go. Nice, nice, perfect. Yeah, I got a good shot of it. Good.
Oh, nice. That's so funny.
It is, isn't it?
That's so funny. Well, they got wood carving on for them to watch. They got cooking show on for them to watch. All the things a female needs to watch while she gets her nails done. Right. Yeah, totally.
No, we're not the sexy clock news.
That's funny.
It ain't like that.
They got a big class in there, guys. Well, there's a lot less people now than there was a while ago. That was a pretty cool scooter. See if I can get a shot of it before it gets too far gone. That was a pretty cool scooter. It's moving right along. Had LED lights all over it and stuff.
You might want to just try and go down there. Oh, you have court tomorrow, so I guess you'll see him tomorrow.
All right. Bye, Kim Jong-un.
It's crazy. Palmer.
Two Beards Deli and Catering.
Okay.
Two beards. All right.
I know, right? You'd fit right in. Uh-oh, she's uncomfy. So is the guy in the back.
He's got kind of a beard.
Kind of a beard, yeah. It's not as epic as yours.
And mine's not really all that epic.
Better than his.
Yeah. He doesn't clean
He
his
ain't,
up at all.
he ain't even got a beard.
He's got it
Look.
all the way down the
He
neck.
ain't even got a beard.
Yeah, and he's gonna come outside and try and say something.
Yeah.
That's just kind of custom. I want to plug your business. Right on. Where's it located? What? Where's it located? You got to tell them that. Grand Rapids. No film inside. We're not inside. Thanks. Guys, come on. What? We're not inside. We're outside in public. Anything we can see in public, we can record. That's how it works. You could say that.
Just appreciate it if you don't. I'm not asking you for
Love you too.
illegal standpoint.
She just flipped me off.
Oh, nice. That one?
No, that one over there.
Oh, that one over there? Oh, nice.
She turned around so she could flip me off.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Hell yeah, I like that. I'm number one, baby. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, hey. Yeah, no.
How about that?
All right. Hold up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and go the fuck away.
I'm gonna have to do a lot of bleeping there.
Tired of people. Shut the fuck up. Go back in there, eat your fucking food, and leave me alone. Bye, Felicia. Bye,
You're
Felicia.
not messing with nobody, dumbass. We're not doing anything to anybody. We're standing on a public sidewalk.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
No, you're
I just got your
Bye,
message.
Felicia.
on this.
You're ignorant.
What did he say? What did he say?
You're insulting our customers now.
I can do what I want. I'm on a public sidewalk.
She's being being
If it insults him, that's his problem. There's the cops right there. You can go get them. Otherwise, you can shut the fuck up, go away, and leave me alone. Bye. 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 Go away. Go back to work, guys. Go earn your money. Go back to work. You don't get paid to stand out here on the sidewalk. No, you don't. You don't. That's not why they pay you.
We arguing for fun? Like,
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Well, the one. That's really fucking great.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's
The oldies are the goodies, man.
what is going
Kick rocks, dude. Kick rocks. You're dismissed. Take your bitch ass back inside. Take your bitch ass back inside.
All right, get your
Go back inside, dude. Look, see, they close the blinds. That's what you're supposed to do. Instead of coming out here, just close your blinds and shut the fuck up.
No, I'm really interested.
Have a good fucking day.
What are you guys part of?
Some.
Some?
Yeah.
Some what?
Some more of your business.
Oh, that's good.
I know.
You think of that just right now? Sure.
Bye, girls. Mm-hmm.
See, that guy on the scooter is educating him.
Oh, nice. He's educating them?
Yeah.
Cool. Good for him. Good for him.
Oh,
You can tell the hit to sit back down and eat its food, not come out here and try and give me
I
fucking
don't know what
commands.
that was. I honestly don't know what that
Had a little too much bass in his voice for me.
was. Yeah, it looked like there was an apple, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could be wrong.
Yeah, I could be wrong. Yeah. Could be wrong.
How fast did that scooter go, dude? How fast did that scooter go? That's a cool
Like 60? Well,
the streets, it goes to speed limit. On private property, it can go up for 60.
nice. Hell yeah. What was that, about $2,000?
Yeah, they can. You can pick these things up anywhere from $1,500 to.
That's sick, dude. All them lights all over it and stuff, man. That's awesome, bro. Have a good one, bro. Yeah, that's one of those ones.
Welcome.
60 mile an hour, dude. There was a guy in New York, in Brooklyn, riding it on the freeway.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Oh, look, they made...
That's a band's up there. That's a band's on there. Oh, look at the pinball machines. Hell yeah. Pinball heaven, baby. Attack from Mars, Godzilla, Arabian Nights, Metallica, The Walking Dead. Some rafter one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heck yeah, man. See all the pinball machines they got over there?
No, look, yeah, let's respond.
Look at all them things.
None. Okay, good.
You might need to go in there just for that.
I know, right?
Walking
Those
Dead.
pinball machines are awesome. Oh, there it is.
Homer.
None.
Never got an email.
None. I'm doing none.
It's always good to see him.
Well, that's a snazzy dressed fella right there. Selfie time. Hell yeah.
Oops.
You need me to do it for you? I get you a better picture.
You don't mind.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
I have to send this picture to my
You want a full body or half body or what?
to make sure I got
Down here too. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Hell yeah. There you go, man.
Fuck yeah. Let's get it on. All right. Beautiful. Let's see who comes on.
Yeah, man. No worries, brother. Heck yeah, man.
Have at it.
I love it how you get harassed when you're trying to help people.
I know, right? Why are you getting all up in my personal space? I didn't stick my camera in your face, did I? Is that what you want me to do? You stick my
Hang on a
camera in your
second.
face like you did me?
Hang on a second.
Is that what you
So-
want me to do?
so
Stick my
when
camera
you
in your
come down
face?
with the camera, it's cool. But
You're-
when I do it, I'm
You're asinine. Go away.
Yeah.
You're asinine. Go away. I didn't stick my camera in your face.
We're all filming each other. What's the big deal then? He says it's not a big deal. He says it's cool. You just come down and film. Yeah, so I'm filming it up, baby.
Personal space.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep my personal space. I respect that. My bad.
Cool.
Just checking you
Did-
out.
yeah, no worries, man.
It's all good.
Right.
We're all exercising our First Amendment.
Yeah, right. Let's get that First Amendment. What is the First Amendment exactly again?
You don't know?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's sad, bro. That's sad.
It is. I know it's sad. I know. Isn't that
Freedom of speech,
No, no.
freedom of speech,
Okay.
freedom of religion, freedom of the press, the right to redress our government, and the right to assemble. We're exercising a lot of that right now. Look at everybody assembled out here.
Press, right? Are y'all pressed too? Are y'all pressed?
Absolutely.
Cool. What press organization?
Oh, you don't need to know that.
What's that?
You don't need to know that.
Well, how come you can film me for a press organization, but you don't have to tell me what it is?
Oh, because that's not your right.
Oh, it's not my right to know why you're
Nope,
filming me?
absolutely not.
Okay, well, that's cool. Chill. So what are you hoping to accomplish
Really none of your business.
Oh, so now it's none of my business what you're
It was never really any of your business,
Oh, that's
actually.
very interesting. So where does that
I didn't tell you what I was doing. They told you what they was doing.
The First Amendment protects you from telling you why you're doing
That was funny.
Right?
That was a
Did you graduate high school, bro?
I did.
You did? That's sad.
It may.
That's
A lot of times you'll see them doubling up.
Degradation of,
Yeah,
The reason I
degradation of
removed
public
Night
schools.
Black is Stream Elements is pretty much covering everything I needed.
Yeah, they taught the Constitution when we was in
I
school.
bet they did. Yeah, isn't it a shame they stopped funding schools by the time I got around? And I feel real bad
They
for
stopped.
somebody
You stopped
this
funding
young.
schools.
Boy, they just keep taking money out of schools. But
Obviously,
you're right.
you got
Y'all
learned
probably
about
had a
it.
much better education way back when, right? When everything was better and sunshine and roses. I get it. I get why you long for
He
the
likes to
past,
hear himself
right?
talk, doesn't he?
Yeah, I love it. You wanted to come down here and film some people. You want to come down and see what's happening? I'm here for you, baby.
Cool, man. Talk away.
I'll give it. Oh, I got it all for you. That's cool. What channel are we gonna be on?
All of them.
All of them?
Spankmymeat.com.
Oh, really? Right on. I'm a regular subscriber. Yeah, right. I dig it. So where else y'all been earlier today?
Your mom's house earlier.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, she died 20 years ago.
Oh,
If
cool.
you want to swing by her house, I guess you're welcome.
Hell yeah.
Under your First Amendment.
Yeah,
rights
I
or
get down with
whatever.
necrophilia.
Yeah,
I love that
that's
shit.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Right on. Is that what your channel's all about? Then? Is that what your news channel's about? Is necrophilia and stuff like that? Is that the kind of stuff you guys normally
Google it, man. Look it up, bro.
Huh?
Google it. Look it up.
Oh, right on. Yeah. So what is your website?
I told you, spankyourmeat.com.
Oh, okay. And I should Google that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right on.
The sky.
What's the difference between necrophilia and discourse?
Necrophilia is having sex with a dead body.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's messed up, bro. That's messed up. Some.
They won't
Huh?
tell you what it's for.
No, I done told you. I done told you it's for none.
Huh?
I done told you it's for none.
Well, I heard you guys like mac and cheese. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I'm not a big fan of mac and cheese. It's all processed food. I don't like processed food.
Have you had the Cheetos mac and cheese?
No, I'm not a Cheetos fan.
Oh, you like that flavor?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's just good. Yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah.
Just come together now. Cheetos.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. Let's all go sit naked in our basements on a beanbag chair eating Cheetos, right?
I dig it. I'm
You down with that?
I love Cheetos.
Hell yeah. You like sitting naked on a beanbag too?
Not really. It's like kind of
It's
sticky.
dude, it's freeing. You should try it.
Oh yeah.
But get the cloth one, not the
Oh,
vinyl.
that makes sense.
So it doesn't stick to you.
Yeah, I get you. I'm used to the final one.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Girlfriend and a bottle of baby oil.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they do.
Absolutely they make water beds. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't sell too many of them anymore, but they still make them.
Yeah, they do.
And you can get the replacement bladders for them. So.
That's right. I need a replacement bladder.
Yeah, feel that. That's cool. Where else are y'all headed this evening?
To your girlfriend's house next.
Okay, right on. That's gonna be a long drive, but okay.
It's okay. We got a Prius. We get great gas mileage.
Yeah, nice.
See, we're green and everything. Who's arguing? Nobody's arguing. We're just having a conversation.
So what
Well,
website
what
is
you
it
just
for?
said is an argument.
No, it's not an argument. It's a statement. There's a difference. Did you graduate English? Oh, okay. Cool. That's not argumentative. That's called an observation. No, that's called an observation. That's called an observation. Y'all are from a different generation. You just don't get it, do you? I know. I know.
Just gonna keep filming during this awkward silence.
Absolutely. I love awkward silences. I fucking love them. They're amazing.
What is the best way to break awkward silence?
A nice fart.
Nice fart.
Yeah.
Actually, I agree.
Nothing breaks the ice like a nice fart. Right? See, we agree on a lot of things, don't we? See, we're not all that different, are we? I'm just an asshole. But that's still legal in America, right? Oh, I'm absolutely an asshole. I own that shit every day. It took me almost 50 years to become the asshole that I am.
Why are you an asshole?
Because I love it. I love being an asshole. It's so much fun.
Is there anything else you want to discuss?
I didn't want to discuss anything in the first place.
Yeah, no, you're just filming?
Yeah.
That's cool. What are you doing? I'm doing the same thing. You're just filming? Okay, yeah, cool. So, what are your guys' hobbies?
You see it.
Well, yeah, I see one of them.
You see it. This is my hobby.
No, I'm just trying to...
I'm semi-retired and need to find a way to spend my time out of the house so I don't get on my wife's nerves.
Seems like you have like quite a nice setup for,
What? The what? Oh, they're not my problem. I got to keep myself in a home first. I did not. I did not. Did you think so? You think so? Are you a Biden supporter? Are you a Biden supporter? Are you a Biden supporter? Ain't nothing but fear and air holding you back. And I just took all the air. Yep. Wouldn't be the first time. I'm sure it won't be the last time. I kind of like that shit. Okay, whatever you think, Cupcake. No, he's opening his mouth by calling me something that I'm not. So I'm going to call him something. He kind of looks like a cupcake. Big, soft, moist. Oh, I'm not going to be violent unless I have to defend myself. And then all bets are off. I'm going to vote for him in 2024, though. You believe that? It's got to be better than the president we got now. He can't even make a coherent sentence. Kind of like you. You fall up the stairs too? Fall off your bike? No, okay. Sounds good. I know.
Two things.
I know.
One, Trump has been filmed falling on stairs as well. And
Okay.
he is also quite illiterate.
Okay.
So why would you...
What says the president has to be literate, though?
The job title?
No, nothing in the Constitution says the president has to be literate.
What really?
Yep.
Okay.
Show me in the Constitution where it's when it talks about electing the president and the standards that the president has to meet. Nothing in there says he has to be literate.
Yeah,
He just has to be able to run the country.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't also have...
So I mean, we had $1.80 gas prices compared to $3.40. We had less than 2% inflation compared to almost 8% inflation. I mean, let's talk about the facts. Let's not talk about feelings. Let's talk about facts. Even though nobody likes Orange Man, he still did a great job running the country like a business. I don't care what he did in his personal life. I could care less. Yeah. That's the problem with you people and your feelings. You don't like somebody that runs their mouth and tells you the truth about yourself. You don't want to hear it. But it's okay for you to run your mouth. See the double standard there? You see the double standard there? That's called being a hypocrite.
We don't like people that verbally berate us for...
I don't care what you like. It's called freedom of speech. And if you don't like it, you can walk the fuck away.
Okay, yeah.
It's that simple.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Otherwise, the longer you want to stand here and subject yourself to the verbal abuse and shit, that's on you, man.
But that's the thing. That's where it comes. There's no discourse in verbal abuse. So why would you?
Oh, it's me saying my piece and what I truly think about you. Sometimes the truth hurts. You may not want to hear the truth about yourself, but everybody needs to hear it. Like, I'm an asshole. I know it. I own that shit. You call me an asshole all you want. You can call me all the names all you want. It ain't going to offend me because I grew up in a time when sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. A bunch of snowflakes in today's civilization. Want to cry over some fucking words and over a few mean tweets. Woohoo!
So what are you doing? What are you trying to? What good is going to come out of this? What good is going to come out of what you're doing right now? Trying to make the Constitution.
The fundamentals of any of the
You're
I'm done with him. He's not on my intellectual level by far.
All right. So,
I don't know. Not sure. Oh, there he is. There he is down there.
But the Constitution and federal case law protect all verbal insults.
oh, down to women.
Numbnuts,
Definition of
chit-chat,
schoolboy.
parent, even Willy Wonka munchkin motherfucker. They are all
Love it, Anna.
allowed.
All right, let's see. We're going to play this for Rick News Now. Ooh, it's a long one. All right. Yeah, we got time.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, Steve? Yeah? This is Jeff Mayer calling. I got your phone number from a friend of mine, Jeff Smiles. Okay. In Pennsylvania. He's the guy that was having, is still having issues with property tax fraud and all that type of stuff against him. I don't know if you remember talking to him.
Man, I've talked to so many people about that stuff now. It's real hard to keep track of everybody you talk to.
Okay, well, he had, I think he mentioned my particular case. I've got a case that's sitting in the United States Supreme Court now against the IRS. I don't know if he said he mentioned that to you, and then he said that you seemed interested in chatting with me a little bit about it. Could be a huge upset for the status quo, but he thought.
I remember. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I just don't remember exactly who I was talking to when I heard that. But yeah, that's cool. Great.
Yeah.
So what's exactly the issue? What kind of? It's just a tax on your home kind of thing. Is that what this is all about?
No.
Or what's the IRS thing got to do? I guess that's.
Well, it's a different thing than what Jeff's dealing with. He's just dealing with some two areas. One particular in Maryland, it's they're trying to steal his house for a $2,000 tax bill, and they're not crediting his account. It just goes on and on. I mean, there's a huge amount of fraud there, and he's pretty much desperate.
Yeah, I'm starting to remember him. Yeah, I remember he had the place in like Pennsylvania and a place in Maryland, I think.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Now I remember talking to him.
Yeah. So that's his situation. And mine is it's been since 2008 dealing with the IRS as far as income tax, and they started with summons. Well, they couldn't get my record, so they went after my business records, my bank accounts, my mortgage company, all that kind of stuff, and then later in 2010 they sent me some assessments, all fraud and all things. But and long story short, I've went through 9 different courts trying to stop the summons and practicing for more than anything, because I don't have anything they can take anyway. But anyway, it's went through tax court, appeals court, and then now it's I'm preparing a second copy. I filed one in form of pauperous because just telling them I didn't have the money to do it the professional way, and they accepted it, and they docketed it.
All right, Murphy.
And, offered the IRS to, respond, and the IRS waived its right to respond. And then they turned down my informa pauperis and stated I had to jump through the hoops for form. So now I'm trying to put that together. But anyway, it's just
Is that district federal court?
that's United States Supreme Court.
Oh, United States
JC,
Supreme Court. Okay. So you've already
welcome.
So you managed to work your way up there, I assume, right? You started in the district court, then appellate court, then you went to the U.S. Supreme Court?
Right.
Oh, wow. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did watch
it's pretty
Freeman.
amazing. Anybody that hears about it, and it's been a long road, but
Yeah, we watched it.
so I've got till February 18th to get this
JC,
professional one done.
welcome.
I'm trying to finalize the document itself, and it's got to be printed, professionally printed, and it's literally in a book. It's got to be made into a book. So that's kind of expensive. So, but fortunately, I've been getting some donations and stuff like that to help pay for it, because it's $300 or $325 or something like that just for the docket fee for the case itself. And
You missed
Jeff said that I don't know that you had some
excess
experience
deaths
with the
too. We
IRS
were
or
watching
something,
about
if I
that.
remember right.
No, it was the property appraiser tax collectors in the counties here in Florida for taxing these people's homes. And we slapped the county real bad here in the district federal court. They didn't even answer the complaint. They went straight to mediation and settled for tens of millions of dollars and gave them the house back. Because they were approved with the Florida statute, Florida revenue code, and everything, that all taxation is commercial. Chances are you probably have no business even dealing with the IRS. I mean, the average guy working at McDonald's has no business filing any forms with the IRS, but they got everybody duped into doing it, just like they have with the property taxes on people's homes.
Exactly.
It's all fraud. But it's all commercial. You have to have a business license, an excise license, and the property appraiser has to be sure that there is some type of profit-making business activity going on upon the property before you can put it on the tax rolls. And they're not doing it. They're just going around taxing every square inch of land they come up with.
Yeah.
And that's illegal as the day is long. There's a reason why the colonists picked up muskets and started shooting redcoats, and that was primarily what it was all about. And for people to believe that there's laws that allow your property appraiser to put your home on the commercial ad valorem assessment roll is completely crazy, because they just dumb people down so bad they don't even know what taxation is,
Yeah.
They think it's something we have to do as our duty to keep the wonderful freedom system going. So that means you're telling me that in order to keep the wonderful freedom thing going, we have to let these public servants loot people's homes and steal them for a couple $1,000s. They can't even prove the oath, so they keep the wonderful land protection rights rolling. And it just shows you what a hypocrisy it all really is when it gets down to it. But they got people so stupid they don't have a clue what's going on.
I know.
So that's pretty much my deal. I had a good case, and of course I've nailed the city on many occasions with their code enforcement crap, stealing people's automobiles out of their carports, and we've slapped them really good and got settlements out of them. That's kind of where I've been, I mean, I don't have a lot of experience. When people call me, I don't know anything about that. I mean, just because I've done a couple cases doesn't mean I'm, some guru. I've got 20, 30 years of experience at it,
Right. Sure.
But I understand jurisprudence, and I understand causes of action. I understand the criminal code real well, and now I really probably consider, to most people, consider me a master
Hey,
of
Timur.
the revenue code as far as the state
Welcome.
court at least is concerned. But it's all relevant. Well, I'm reading through the Internal Revenue Code. It's all the same
Sorry, I
stuff.
didn't see your
The
message
definition of
earlier.
a person, a taxpayer,
Nation?
does
Yes.
not describe the everyday living, breathing,
Right.
carbon-based man in his private capacity.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I haven't filed since 2002. 2002 was the last year that I filed, and I just stepped away from the whole stinking system, and now I've got a case in there with some good questions. I've got about 20 questions that are going before the court, and everything from the true definition of income to proving somebody that is a taxpayer compared to a non-taxpayer, the right to tax outside direct and indirect, assessment authority, some good stuff. It's going to be an interesting case, but it sounds like you could be a good help to Jeff. He's even though I know it's different state laws and everything, but it's chances are, he's pretty good at research and stuff, and if he just knows, what to look for and maybe what to do, you might be able to be a good help to him, because they're going after that house, and it's egregious what these guys are doing to steal his house. He paid $1,000 some odd dollars, and they failed to credit it, and then they jacked around and they moved it, and then they tried to send it back to him 4 times, send the money back, even though they gave him a receipt, showing that it was paid. It's just amazing. They need it. It's a huge lawsuit. I mean, that's a multi-million-dollar lawsuit just waiting, and I guarantee you they would settle out of court. But he's totally broke, and I don't have the money to give him. And hopefully, I'm going to be working on trying to get some
Did we
work
say the
here
same
and
thing
get into
twice?
something to where I might be able to help him with that, to get an attorney. All it takes
Every case I've ever done, we've used the indigency filing, the federal case especially. Now this replevin where they took this guy's car, it was like $300 in the circuit court. That's all we had into that. The key was laying out a complaint so dead in the water that these people had no authority because the city charter makes it perfect clear under the duties and power section that all ordinances only apply to city-owned and controlled property, period. It has nothing to do with the average everyday man's home and what he has up in his carport or in his garage.
Yeah.
So I had them so bad, and mainly what I went after was the tow company. I didn't even go after the city, but the tow company brought the code wacky, the chief guy in, and he had put nothing on the table to show concern to show he had any authority to tell the tow company to go do what they did. So the judge was trying to protect the tow company, refused to sign the writ of replevin. I barred grievance and just a can's crap out of him where I ended up with another judge, it's Rodriguez. As soon as the new judge came in, the tow company decided to settle with us, which they gave us $120,000 for taking an $800 1984 K car. Because I had it for grand theft auto and armed robbery of a private dwelling. Had it on video.
That's crazy. We'll have to spend some time with this one. This is a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. Touch this real quick.
Solicited a trespass. Hey. You stupid piece of shit. Hey, you Deuce. You punk mother.
Know your place, man. No, fucking
you, dude. You are a straight piece of shit, Deuce. I'm gonna make you famous again. It's Chris here again, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna make you famous again, you stupid son of a.
9 months later, because the county had other cases against him, they reviewed this video and levied new charges of trespassing and disorderly conduct against him and the other auditors on scene.
Court does enter a judgment of guilt for offensive disorderly conduct as a Class 1 misdemeanor and trespassing as a Class 1 misdemeanor. 180 days of jail, 180 days will be suspended, 3 years of probation.
You solicited a trespass.
Hey.
You.
Some somewhat brisk activity in this parking lot here.
Hey.
Hey.
What you doing?
Oh, photography.
What are you taking pictures of?
Hey everybody, Blind Man Audits, and I'm standing out here on the public sidewalk in front of this Wells Fargo in order to peacefully exercise my rights to film from public. Address information, of course, is going to be provided. Of course, Wells Fargo was the bank that was famous or infamous a few years ago for opening fraudulent bank accounts in people's names without their consent. So it looks like, so this is the street address already, but it looks like these are all the tenants in the building. The biggest one being Wells Fargo, of course. We're just gonna see what happens when we exercise our rights.
The new one you're releasing, is that what you're talking about, Midwest?
Membership set up on my channel. Membership information is linked. If you are able to become a member, that's greatly appreciated. And there are hopefully some perks that make membership a nice option for you. If you're not able to become a member at this time, that's understandable as long as you're able to share and like and comment. But let's go ahead and settle in and exercise our rights here.
Wow. That's crazy.
Again, I'm on a public sidewalk here, so.
You gonna premiere it or are you just gonna upload it?
Using Plainview Doctrine. And I think that's the front door for the bank there. There's a lot of ladders on that truck.
Area where you can work.
Going into the bank. Someone is still in the truck there.
Sorry. Ooh, fuck. I'm gonna take off here in about a half hour.
There.
So I'll be looking out for the notification for your premiere. Loud music, huh? That's crazy. See you later, Midwest. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for updating us. We'll be looking out for your video.
Can't tell if that's an ATM there or not. There's an ATM inside. That's a bright yellow. I can see that even. They're parking and they're disabled parking. Okay, cool. Oh, that's
All right, so now I gotta do this. Just can somebody.
I've not always had good luck with cameras, but let's see if I can find them here. Those are like chimneys.
I'm gonna be typing while this is going on another tab.
Okay, kind of hard to see because the camera or the sun is right behind the phone.
I don't even have an email for that person. Morris. Keisha Morris. I don't even think I sent one. Oh, there it is.
I don't know if you were planning on pulling in there. I wasn't going to stop you. Either they saw my camera and decided not to pull in there, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It looks like they're doing a pretty brisk business because I've seen many vehicles go in and go out real quick. So they're still doing brisk business. 30 minutes or so. They're still doing business.
Cancel that alarm on Elmira. Right, well, Elmira, you cancel for the alarm.
Still traffic going in and out. It looks like some of it's left, but we'll see what happens here. Pretty sure the way this works is the first floor is for fake operations. Okay, I've been at it about 15 minutes here.
4-year-old male, upper abdominal pain, time on
I didn't realize that guy was talking to me or if he was talking to somebody else. Apparently he was talking to somebody else. Not sure if I can get resolution for open and close times.
Heading further, apparently. Someone's inside of the house or out of any
All right.
Nobody at Kroger, 850 South Mill Street.
Somewhat brisk activity in
Robert
this
will be
parking
out
lot
front
here.
of the store, saying that his bike was stolen. Claire. Central 5831 security. Claire. No, okay. Just for on that 36.
Hey,
Hey,
what you doing?
little photography.
What do you take the pictures of?
Anything I can see.
Pardon?
Anything I can see.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Is this for a book or something?
No, I'd call it journalism.
Journalism. Okay.
Yes.
Well, good luck with it. I hope you're successful.
Okay, thank you.
Like this period.
Oh, shit.
Central 5896.
At least we didn't get bothered by it.
Yes, sir. Look at that stop with citation. Continue the check being on Beechwood. Yeah, on the street, from Beechwood. Officer Gorman from the Lucas Gorda, Indian Florida calling it in. Looking check location for Anna Marie Scotty. Parents are important and are concerned. We would like to see it.
Punta Gorda is calling Monroe for a welfare check for somebody.
So since he made contact, we'll probably give it a few more minutes here, just to see if anybody else makes contact.
I don't want to conversation on that Thursday.
Okay, guys, another 15 minutes or so until this bank closes at noon. Okay, just about 9 minutes to go until closing time. Speaking of banks, you know what's really messed up? Braille on a drive up or drive through ATM. You think I'm gonna drive up to that ATM to use Braille? There's the Postal Service right there. Looks like they're doing their drop off. They should know about public photography. They work for the post office. We got poster 7. We're gonna grab the day's mail.
Here, with any units in the area of southbound I-35, here southbound I-275, near the Meyer Distribution Center, we have wind out TV calling in, advising of a male walking near 75,
going inside.
Suicidal, stating he wants to jump into traffic. Find out he is with people when subject is highly intoxicated.
And most of this parking lot is cleared out by now. Because again, it's close to closing time. Not interested in kids.
88.
Looks like a cool little car with a nice, wide, expensive windshield.
Central 1485 security.
All right, guys. Yeah, they're right. You're right.
Okay, looks like she's walking inside to conduct her business now.
Hey, Stone and John. Well, I guess I got to start setting mine for subscriber only as well. He does sound vaccinated, doesn't he? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay, guys. I'm going to shut this down unless there's any other interactions or bank management. Please come to me. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I do appreciate you joining me and watching this video. If you like it, of course, you can if you love it, you can sub. And of course, if you really love it, you can always do a super thanks for joining as a member. So, with that being the end of this video, I appreciate you watching and I wish you a pleasant afternoon.
Oh, that was enjoyable. That was 5-minute audits usually has something a little bit more content filled, but can't all be bangers, I guess. Remember this one. Looks like a follow-up to
Hey
it.
everybody. So if you happen to catch yesterday's episode of Public Freakouts Unleashed, you'll probably recognize this clip of a young woman and her boyfriend, but especially the young woman involved, going absolutely crazy on their neighbor in this apartment complex, calling him all kinds of things and seemingly extremely angry at him for no discernible reason. The segment I featured was about a minute long, and when this clip was sent to me, I mistakenly assumed that it was the whole thing. But after getting several requests to cover the story and doing a bit of digging, I found the original YouTube channel of the guy who posted this. And luckily for us, this is just one segment of a total of 8 clips of this incident and the aftermath, all of which tell us a bit more of the story of what's going on here. Luckiest of all, though, his most recent video is actually a very satisfying conclusion to the crazy saga with which he has blessed us. At the end of the clip I featured, you're left with a ton of questions. Why is she so mad at this guy? Why is she calling him all these names? Why is her boyfriend such a simp? The clip I featured was actually just part 4. These are the other 3 videos leading up to that as well. We actually learned some new information from the missing prequels.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to my apartment. I'm throwing away trash. I'm throwing away trash.
Didn't you go out last night?
Yeah, okay. 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 Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm just recording you because I don't know what you're doing all this for.
I'm not doing anything. What is a little girl going to do to you?
Nothing. I just don't know what's going on with you.
Weirdo. I've had shit on you for months. You're a weirdo.
Okay.
Really? 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So just to keep a record here, so far she's accused him of playing baby crying noises through their wall that they share, as well as drilling at 3 in the morning.
Can you... She's at my door right now.
She's still trying to start shit. She bangs on my door for me at 3 a.m. And then after he doesn't get ready, he plays porn sounds and baby crying. How?
This is strange.
Yes, you are.
I'm not even here.
You want her. It's 5 p.m. Weirdo.
She's following me around to the trash can.
No, I haven't. I've been
Recording. I back in.
And of course I
minding my own business.
Weirdo!
Hey. What?
You're a weirdo.
Okay, now I have to call the police.
You
can go inside.
No, I'm sitting in my fucking stoop, buddy.
Kill him.
No, it's okay.
What? You're gonna what?
Hey, it's okay.
Hey,
Hey!
what is going on? What is she doing?
She doesn't like you. She feels very harassed by you.
What is she doing?
I feel very harassed by you.
Hey,
Hello.
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
You got a freaking weapon?
What are you doing?
You have a weapon?
No, bitch. Oh.
Stop. Come here.
Close the door, badass.
Quit. Quit.
Okay.
A lot of
so
times after
we're now
you
caught up
reset
as
it,
far
the
as
number
footage
lock
that we've all
won't come
seen
on
so far, what I featured, and we learn a couple of important details from that missing intro. First, we see that she's following him all around the complex and seems to be already recording him, and actually follows him all the way from the trash bins, which seem to be quite a bit from his front door, back to his front door in his apartment. She says she has had shit on him for months, and even gets a lot more specific with her accusations, though it's hard to hear without enhancing the audio.
I mean, maybe just an issue with the hardware too itself.
He bangs
But,
on my door at 3 a.m.
Or we
asking
might have to
for
do
weed,
a
and when
remote,
he doesn't get it, he plays porn
A lot of times,
sounds.
even if a real virus
That's a pretty
did get in
weird
there, it could
one.
have
If
gotten
he
into
actually
the,
did do that, that would be pretty weird. but it seems to suggest that these two have had some interaction before. Also, we can see that she runs up and actually smacks the dude, and although he obviously wasn't injured, it's still not legal to go around hitting your neighbors and following them around.
Yeah, that's
well,
fine.
I guess you can follow them around to your heart's content, but you can't hit them. You can see the boyfriend getting very uncomfortable as he starts to contemplate what this mess is going to cost them. A lot of people speculated that the boyfriend was actually a good guy, albeit a bit of a simp, and was really embarrassed about what was happening.
If it's already been, if it's
the
one,
next
is it a
video
new
in the
computer?
series, which mainly features him,
Okay, so yeah,
actually
that would do
tells
that.
a
With the
totally
elections, then
different
make sure you go
story
into the one right
and kind
on
of
the-
exposes his true character.
You know,
from
they
there.
don't take charges serious if you like can't even prove them.
Sure.
I was sitting here recording her.
No problem.
She ran up on me on video and hit me in the freaking head.
She hit you in the head?
In the neck.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hang out here and wait for that, dude. That is absolutely highly unacceptable.
Yeah, so is throwing a trash can, dude.
I didn't do that.
You're throwing a trash can at midnight, remember that?
It's offensive.
Wasn't me, bro.
It wasn't you, even though you were slamming on your ceiling and screaming at the top of your lungs profanities. That's a funny one.
None of what y'all are talking about is associated with me, dog.
Yeah, you're not the one who lives under us, huh?
I'm not getting into any of this. I'm filing a police report. That's all.
So now the boyfriend has added a few new accusations to the pile of why they think this guy is really the crazy one. Apparently, at least according to this boyfriend, he threw a trash can at midnight, which I guess he did that in his own home, which who cares? He was screaming profanities and slamming on the ceiling, which I immediately think to myself, how does somebody slam on the ceiling? Ceilings are about, did he get a ladder? They're like 9 feet, 10 feet tall. So go ahead, try slamming on the ceiling right now. You can't do it. It's too tall.
All right.
Yep. Just gonna hang out, wait for them to show up. Just gonna hang out, wait for them to show up.
I'm hanging out for other reasons right now.
I understand. You got a lot on your hands right now.
Like, how long have you been out here? Because I drove by like 25 minutes ago and you were in your car. So you've been out
I just pulled up.
her?
I just pulled
Because
up.
she's been locked out. So you knew a woman was locked out of her house and you've just been sitting here recording her?
You can tell from his body language, he really thought this was the one that was going to get him.
That's not what
That's
happened.
really weird, honestly.
Okay.
It's honestly really creepy.
Okay.
That's really...
Okay. Have
I
fun.
can honestly totally understand why she's so upset now when I pulled up. Because now that I've connected to it too, you've been out here for 25 minutes, haven't you?
You know what I've been doing?
What?
Taking out trash from my truck.
You had 25 minutes worth of trash to take out.
She followed me to the dumpster.
No, I didn't. I was walking around.
So that's obviously a lie right there on her part. She 100% did follow him around to the trash can. We watched it.
Hey, is your mom's name Ming Ling?
And started recording.
You've been recording me. Oh.
17 and you're recording me.
Oh yeah, the big puffy, the big
17.
hairy one.
How old are you?
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone here. So the boyfriend hears her call this guy a pedophile because she says because she's 17, and the boyfriend immediately starts to panic.
Ooh,
and goes,
dox-
no, she's just
your
kidding, I
mom.
swear, because he, as it turns out, is 26. And if she was 17, that would actually make him the creeper, not the guy recording this video. But we can add pedophile to the list of accusations that they have thrown against our main character.
I'm 26. He's 23. Huh?
I guess that's legal. Technically.
No, she's not 17.
Oh.
Yeah, if she was 17, you'd have even less of a chance of that police report working out. So,
All right.
sorry, basically.
I'm just filing one for the apartments because it sounds like that email was you guys.
Yes, it was. It was me. Why are you taking it out on her?
I'm not doing
made
it.
her scared.
I
man.
pulled up and she's sitting here recording me, bro.
And instead of
I didn't say a word to anybody. And she's sitting here recording me
Dude,
today
you're
when I
here
pull
for
up.
20 minutes, though. You can't lie. Like when I tell that to a cop, I mean they're like a third party. When I tell that to a cop, they're gonna think that's a little weird. And you may have been taking trash out and stuff.
They're
but that's
gonna think her running up. I was standing right
agree.
here. They're gonna think that's weird.
What she did was wrong. What she did was wrong. But they're also going to agree how a woman would feel a little bit weird when they're locked out of their apartment. A neighbor who's been very creepy in the past, like to knocking on our door late at night, is standing up here and you're never outside.
Dude, you really should provide.
I knew it. We
any
knew you were
evidence
vaccinated, stuttering
You should
John.
provide that to the proper authorities and handle it that way. Okay.
It's not even evidence. It's like a lack of evidence. Like,
So how are you going to accuse me of it?
Enjoy your blood clots and your swollen heart.
Yeah, for real.
Talking about aliens?
Yeah, remember you have that Ancient Aliens book?
Yeah, it's a good book.
Oh, see, it was the aliens the whole time, just like Indiana Jones 4 and Signs and Knowing and Nope. Anyway,
That I wouldn't
in
be
between
surprised.
trying to
Probably made it
convince
into
this
all of
guy
our
that he
things.
should totally not
Especially
talk
if
to
you
the cops
vaccinated
because it
us.
totally won't work out for him. So, like, why even bother, bro? It also sounds like there was some kind of email sent to the apartment complex complaining about this guy's behavior, and boyfriend here admits on camera to being the one that sent it. Okay, so that was part 5. In part 6, he comes out and starts recording again when he hears these two arguing with each other this time, and you can see now the way that the girlfriend treats him.
Give me this!
Oh, you didn't hit my truck, did you?
Away.
No, I'm staying away. Yes,
I
ma'am.
will literally kill you.
Whoa. Okay.
So she makes sure to say again, I'm going to kill you, while being caught on camera, just to absolutely 100% make sure that the police don't side with her and her boyfriend when they finally get here. Luckily, part 7 of this footage is when the cops finally get there. Let's see how her strategy pans out.
Hi. You should go inside. You're a really weirdo. You're like a really big weirdo.
I'm just making sure you're not.
Extremely unsafe.
I'm just making sure you're not damaging my vehicle there.
I'm not damaging anything.
I'm gonna sit down here and record.
Damage my property by throwing shit up my stairs.
I did not do such a thing.
Yes, you did. I have video
Well,
of it.
what you've been saying is also
Okay.
recorded.
Take your evidence to the
go ahead
office.
and
Take your evidence to the
report
office.
I already did. I messaged them.
Channel. You go right ahead.
Just child porn on laptop and
You
shit.
can see that this chat was not going nice. Nobody was having any issues until you interjected your bullshit.
Why do you do that, by the way?
And you keep up with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Are you a drug addict?
So just to
We'll
summarize,
see what
as the
happens.
cops are finally walking up here, this couple has now accused our main character of drilling holes at 3 a.m., slamming doors regularly throughout the night, throwing trash up their stairwell, and being a drug addict. And this is on top of the 15 or so other accusations they've already made throughout this video series. We even hear the girlfriend say that she has our main character on camera throwing said trash up said stairwell. Is any of this true? It seems weird that all of this would come out of absolutely nowhere. And some of it seems a bit specific to be just
Yo,
made up on the spot,
anti-Semitism.
especially given that these two
You go ahead and
girlfriends are the
report
sharpest
us
knives
after
in the
that
drawer,
stuff.
if you know what I mean. Was someone else messing with these two? I have to wonder. And they mistakenly believed that it was our main character, or we also learned that the aforementioned email was regarding these exact incidents and that they apparently provided pictures to the apartment complex when they complained. Just a few things to keep in mind as we move
Everybody
into
say
the
bye-bye to
police
Stuttering
encounters
John.
part of this story.
You're free to report that. Just make sure that they keep a transcript of your chat.
So this guy is our, obviously that already is a lot of history. This guy regularly bangs the door, slams his door, like all of this stuff. We have dogs for free. That's honestly where a lot of the energy comes from. And I'm sorry about that. I really am. They make a lot of noise.
Oh, see, you guys failed to mention through the rest of this video that the reason this guy might have been banging on your walls in the middle of the night is because your dogs wouldn't shut up in the middle of the night. And now I love dogs, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of an important piece of the puzzle there, guys.
I'll just get off the wall. And, yes, it's just
Hey.
a lot of history.
I'm back in, and she's just over there recording me. And like, all right, whatever. It's not the first time she's been recording me. They think that I've been banging on the walls and throwing shit at their stairwell. So they're accusing me of things that haven't happened, and this is the first time that they're out there just acting like this. I don't understand where this is coming from.
How long have you been living here?
About 9 months.
Oh, have you lived here the entire time, or have you moved after? Or?
Say again?
Have they lived here the entire time you lived here? Or
I think so.
Okay.
So either that or close to it.
Okay.
So really, I called you guys because I was standing right here, and she was yelling at me, and I was just sitting here recording it. And she ran at me, and she hit me in the shoulder and kind of the neck area. And I've got it on video, so that's why I called you guys. That's the only reason. Other than that, man, that's the only problem I have. Anything else I can take up with the office, you know?
He stops recording the police interaction right here, and you'll notice that he very confidently and calmly tells the police officer all the things that they're accusing him of having done, and very straightforwardly says, I simply just didn't do these things, and I don't know why they think that I did. Now, you're probably wondering, like, okay, great, but did they get in trouble for this? And the cops have shown up now. Did they were they punished for all this nonsense for hitting him, which, as far as I'm concerned, should be a right to jail right away kind of thing? Well, I've got just about the best thing you could hope for. The boyfriend returns sometime later, I think well over a week afterward, to apologize. And coupled with this apology video that we're about to watch, because he makes sure to record this guy's awkward concession in its entirety, we also find out that they were kicked out of their apartment complex, so we can stamp these two partially punished.
She's getting her house. I get it.
I'm not feeding anything.
That's going to be the guys. Yeah. I also have an anonymous complaint in that area of Mulholland. They're like going up and down the road on Mulholland.
I'm really sorry.
All right, man. Good luck to you. Sorry to have to go like this.
Me too, honestly. I mean, I think like early on when I told you to come up the stairs, I was like, we were scared or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and because we don't know where I mean, you're just a stranger. I'm sure you're a really nice guy, like when it comes down to it. And I know how things get. Like I've had problems too, where it felt so disrespectful. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna disrespect you back because you deserve it, you know. And like they never wanted to make amends and never apologize or anything like that.
Yeah, man. That's how I felt.
I understand that.
You know, I tried to come up there and talk to you like a man, and you shooed me away. So.
Yeah, and frankly, that part of that was just like we've dealt with some people who are actually like full-on weirdos before, and that's one reason probably she was calling you weird. She feels bad about that. She feels bad about saying pedophile bullshit. Like that was just she just started saying that one time where you played the baby crying. That's obviously not even close to that. She knows that.
Right.
I'm sorry, man. I just hope you won't fan it anymore.
I'm not.
Trolls can do what they want.
I'm not fanning anything. You know, I just posted those videos.
That's fine.
And
That's what they want.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good luck to you, man. I hope that you both
She'll grow.
find peace.
It's ultimately just a growing experience. Everything in life is.
Yes.
It just would make me. Just want to come down and
I appreciate
talk
that.
a little bit about it because.
Oh, wow. Road rage incident in Ann Arbor. Somebody shot the other person. CPR in progress.
Notice how she sent him over to make the apology. She was strikingly absent from this apology video. So it appears from all of the context clues of everything that we just watched that this dispute between these two was actually over their loud dogs being annoying in the middle of the night and stuff. And he was trying to annoy them back by doing things like banging on the wall, or like he said, and you'll notice that our main character didn't deny this when he brought this up just then, that he was playing a crying baby noise to try to counter annoy them. But ultimately, they've really taken a huge L here. You even hear the boyfriend say she's getting harassed on the internet, which means she got some mean comments that she didn't like. Plus, they were kicked out of their apartment complex. So they really did lose this battle. All right, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Was this sufficient punishment for these two? Was it ridiculous that the girlfriend didn't show up for the apology? Is the boyfriend a total simp? And even more importantly, was our main character involved in any of the things he was accused of, aside from, obviously the crazier stuff that she was throwing around? Did he do any of these petty little things that he was accused of? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you later.
Shutting down M14 freeway. At rush hour. Hey, Jot, sent you guys a little gift. Well, they had a baby shower last week. I was busy and I was gone. Her and Topher Life had a baby shower, diaper party. So I'll just send a few bucks. Gotcha, JC. Or gotcha, Anna. See if I can find anything.
Victor Roll Command. Control 50, 88, 30. Clear.
No worries, Nijat. Like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't be there before. I was occupied that weekend, and then my suspension, I completely forgot about it. Getting close.
Drunk girl motorcycle. Proceed back and forth. Clear left off. There's a check well-being of the card. You can send me the check well-being at the TA.
What the fuck just happened?
Clear. You'll be meeting with Aaron at that location. Reference to a man in a blue car hitting his head on the steering wheel of the car, parked in front near the highway. Section 13, copy an identity theft. Just on over to 309 Aston Lane. 309 Aston Lane. You'll be meeting with Dorian there. Reference to her fiance, Daniel, solar identity, social security, and others.
Okay. I'm not hearing anything special with that. All right, guys. A road rage incident in Ann Arbor. Somebody just got shot. CPR in progress. I'm assuming they're not doing very well. That sucks.
Respect the oath you took. You swore to protect my rights.
If you want to
So
trespass,
protect my
I'll
rights.
put you in a cell.
Protect my rights.
Okay?
Thank you. Protect my rights.
I'm asking you a question. What are you doing?
I don't answer questions.
You need to get off this property before you get CT.
I have to commit a crime before you can criminal trespass me.
Sir, what you need to do.
Sir, you need to walk in front of there,
I'm trying to tell you to get away from our seat.
What you need to do. Sir.
You want me to do something? This is your last warning. Get beyond our crime scene, okay? What you need to do. Do what I need.
What's up, CT3 fam? Welcome back to my channel where we highlight 3 clips.
Check it out, guys.
And I'll recount
But I gotta
a few
shut this stream down.
corners to ensure your rights are not
Some shit I gotta
violated
do.
on your next encounter with the cop. My name is CT3, and I have a passion for police accountability and our constitutional rights. And I'm sure you feel the same. As you can see,
Links there. Thank you, Anna. Oh no, I'm heading out too. I'm killing this. Thanks for hanging out, JC. I appreciate it. I haven't done this in a while.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me. I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it, get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future. We all start losers. We're all late bloomers. Gotta start them through the sewer. What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.